Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Disney Dungeons and Dragons.
Woo!
I'm your Dungeon Master, August Schmidt, and with me, as always, are the wonderful Lost Ones. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Awesome. Oh, last we saw our heroes. Crazy stuff, really. Having received your instructions from Arthur just to help track down some of these escaped evil convict soul villains, whatever we want to call them, picking up supplies, and before you could even get out of town, crazy disaster struck when suddenly a wild and frothing Sullivan, James P. Sullivan, attacked the party.
Yeah.
But even before the crazy big bear, a strange cardboard man, having come back from the dead in some of these, souls, who's now kind of your, I think personal chef's a strange term, but newer companion in this quest. Assistant.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Assistant to
The chef.
And as you guys started in the flight to Sumani City, heading has been set, course has been laid, and we will pick up where we left off. In flying out of Magentia, you guys have a bit of time, honestly. Doing a quick calculation. It's kind of like with Germany in that, range. You're about 3 days out of Sumani, even flying, right? You guys, the ship does a lot of work for you with it when you can just fly straight there. But we have just a tad bit of downtime that I would love to know what everyone's up to, shall we say? Studying?
Books.
I would say I'm kind of getting situated and used to being alive again, and also we didn't really resolve last time. I'm still talking to people and trying to figure out why there was even a cardboard cutout and freezer food of me, because that's not my brand.
I did point you to the library.
See. Yeah,
That's
Mike
true, we
did
have
show you
first
the library,
library.
so there's
I'll
someone
probably
can
be
look
reading
I
there.
do want to have a conversation with him.
I'm also
Have a conversation
studying
with
with
Phoebus.
Esmeralda.
Starting to do a lot of this study,
We're
looking
both in the library.
in. If you're both in the library,
Multiple
here's
days.
actually, well, I think we'll start with that. That's going to be one of the bigger moments. Is kind of as we all join the library. Gusto, if you would like to give me a history check as you start studying. Same with you, Esmeralda, just in general studies, because both of you are looking for different things, but
I'm looking for...
kind of is that overlap of space, shall we say?
Did we... I thought we left off at the temple.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yep.
She got off the boat.
I came down on
was-
a rope. I
I
got
was-
passed without a trace.
We
Right.
were
And she
flying
put
away,
a
but
hood in.
Esmeralda made a poor
Yeah.
choice.
I was sitting here
There was a poor
I am
choice.
convinced. Is this bullshit?
No, that's smart. Thank you so much.
Water's
I
a
can't
good
believe
idea.
I didn't put that in my note
Because I
that-
remember I wanted to do something.
Yeah,
Very
and then you were like,
controversial.
haha, Temple of Hades, and then you
It's
left us off with,
and left-
guess what? Frollo's back in Sumani.
And
Frollo
I'm just like-
having been quote unquote resurrected and starting now this temple. Here's what we're going to say then, gang. Esmeralda, I will give you a little bit of that. In terms of on the ground, all of you are looking down again because this is a strange site of a previous temple. A lot of just charred wood and melted glass. You do see though a gathering of people. Anyone just kind of on the ship looking over can easily see these people in the blue and black robes handing out these pamphlets that all of you are right in assuming okay, some sort of holy persons, right? Maybe something for the temple. Esmeralda, being on the ground, you see this pamphlet being given out. The pamphlet is very sparse in words. It's mostly those images of people praying or light coming from above. And in a nutshell, what you are reading is the Temple of Hades, worship under Hades, the god of riches and of the dead. Prepare yourself in this life and the next, with a loving deity who will care for you. Basic contact info. More of just head to Sumani City, located southwards at a pace of mile a day, all these different like coordinates just down to Sumani. It's like that if you were like limping along, how fast it would take you to get to Sumani and where to go. What would you like to do, Esmeralda? As again, one of these people, they don't really recognize you. It's just a more like that general like, let's hand it out to everyone we can. We're trying to give everyone these pamphlets.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Hail Hades.
So I'm like hidden in the alcoves and the shadows. I've got Pass Without a Trace, so it's just a feat. It's an ability. Merge with stone.
Yeah.
I would like to get my hands on one of these pamphlets.
Yep. Easy enough just to like reach out, grab it.
Contact with this person? Or are they just like a regular old Joe?
This person, you see the woman who is handing out these that's like closest to you, like blonde hair, couldn't be more than like 40, like about that mid-age, like totally normal, like nothing magical about them, just that humanoid kind of creature. You see that this woman is surrounded by, again, a kind of conglomerate of human and elf, I might add, of these kind of persons, which isn't uncommon in Magencia to see like multiple races, but there's nothing that stands out in any of these shall we say holy disciples in their like demeanor or
no
appearance.
Strange eye color, nothing.
No, they all
Great, I
seem
cast Cause Fear.
excellent. You'll love to see it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be
Fear.
looking over like somebody else gets to use this spell.
Nice. So,
Use it.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
yeah.
I know nothing. I'm just looking over the edge like, oh, nice. She stopped at a temple.
What's going on?
I think she's making friends. I certainly
Yeah.
want to do things
She's a
if I,
cleric reaching
as
out
soon
to
as I
others.
notice that there's a temple for
I-
Hades.
I think you're all about to see something real quick. Because down below you're not seeing much. Yeah, they
I got, like, a
fail.
hood up and everything. Lovely.
This creature who sees you, Frank creature could be, what do you want to like cause fear of? Like just in a sense of morality.
I want them to see a visage of like Zeus, Tiger Lily, all of these gods standing behind me.
All of the
And
Olympians.
my eyes like sort of have this glow to them, and I'm just gonna say, choose carefully who you worship.
This woman doesn't make immediate noise, just more like stumbles back, drops a lot of pamphlets, kind of like takes off back to more of the group. Because again, there's like a lot of people. You're looking at a crowd of like 40 people now, with like a couple of these key persons talking in the front. She totally like takes off though from you. You see, she runs back to one of the, like, what you could assume head person. This man, kind of like darker hair. Again, not like too old, but like 30s, 40s. She whispers something to you. He looks over to where you are, though, but doesn't see you. Again, with Pass Out Trace, that Memostone, you're already gone.
Sneak into the temple.
The temple behind you, fun fact, is still under construction, still very broken.
I want to see it still.
So it's so it's not like hard to get in is
Cool.
the thing. There's really no check right now. You go in, as you pass kind of by, you hear the spokesperson kind of talking, just, brothers and sisters, be warned of those that would try to stray you from the path of this righteousness, of those that would cause fear and doubt in understanding one's place in mortality. Our death is nothing to be afraid of, but something to accept and prepare and live better lives because of. Kind of like already turning like this thing of like, oh shoot, someone just like freaked me out into like this kind of sermon-esque.
Well,
Can
it's about
we
to get
hear
a
all
whole
of
lot
this happening up in the
scarier.
ship?
All of you are starting
Can
to
we
hear
the voices of
over.
the people?
Anyone up on the ship can make me perception checks to start like listening in on this conversation.
How about a 12?
12.
Can I hear him preaching?
On
If
a
so,
12.
I'm just shaking my head like, yeah, death isn't anything to be afraid of. It wasn't so bad.
I'll say, yeah, the DC's a
Passive
10 to
of
be able to
15.
listen.
12.
Oh, passive. If you got your passives,
passive
those
of
work.
15.
Yeah, I actually think, yeah, none of you would fail the passive. All of you are able to start listening, but I will say this: he's not talking yet about certain gods. He's like, this dude has launched into this whole thing of like, what causes fear and where we can gain hope from. And Esmeralda, as you slip into the temple, you see this burnt temple of Artemis, is well under construction. What seemed to have been like a looking glass kind of like pool in the middle has been reduced just to this dry crater, right? This almost perfect concave dimple in the earth. Scorch marks around. Again, you're seeing, unfortunately, what was dried blood or ash around in different spots when these attacks occurred.
Yeah.
As it's been about 2 months, but when you only, like, Arthur, one of the big things that you would know is he isn't, like, sending in all the money and troops to, like, let's rebuild the temples. That's something that's got to come from that religious sect, right? Like, the disciples of the gods or their followers should be the ones to do that. That's something that the government isn't going to, like, overstep on. And so especially with, but it's that catch-22, with very little clerics, the only people that have started going in are, like, Azamar or, you know, angelic races to try to, like, cleanse. And it's tough going when there's not a ton of Azamar in the world. You see this, though, in this reflection pool. This would have been, like, that center of the temple. What would you like to do in here?
I would like to take my rope and find the exit, and I would like to kind of just string it around some pillars.
Okay.
Make it a little difficult to get in and out. And then I would like to take my oil flask and build up some debris and just spread oil everywhere, leading out the back door, creating this sort of thing. And then, once that's all done, I would like to take my tinderbox and set it on fire. I just want to just set it on fire.
Lily
also
would be
wanted
proud
to do things kind of as this was happening.
All of you are saying, so this is going to take of like, start
This is, I am...
shaking the kerosene container over the pot.
Isn't that a kind of perfume?
This will take a second. All of you can hear after a moment, it, you know, starts clicking to you that these people are not just your regular religious zealots. These are quote-unquote disciples of Hades, here spreading his word to further temple sites and persons in the area. Mike, what would you like to do as you're starting to, like, hear some of this?
So, I think as soon... So, after what just happened with Sully, Mike's ticked. And he knows who's to blame.
You do know who's to blame,
Hades.
yeah.
And so I figured that as soon as I look down and see that at this temple is just the symbol of Hades, just plastered, and then there's a bunch of priests handing out pamphlets, I'm like,
Nah.
hell nah.
Ain't no way.
There's no way.
This building's
Not
so
today.
exploded.
So I would
Isn't
probably
that kind of
prep
perfume?
a couple of spells to just like go off kind of in a simultaneous manner.
Yeah.
Just to try and just cause utter chaos in this crowd.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha,
what
gotcha.
I would do is first ask everybody if anybody knew thaumaturgy.
I wish I did.
I don't think anyone in the group does right
No.
now.
Oh, that's such a good spell.
It's a good cantrip. It's a good cantrip.
I just wanted to be able to project
Wait,
my
didn't
voice
Marlin?
out.
I can tell you in like 2 seconds, but I think he took something else. Unfortunately, I'll triple check.
He used thaumaturgy in that one session.
He did use thaumaturgy. You are correct. And now that I view his sheet,
Who?
Marlin would have access to thaumaturgy.
Sweet. So,
Be careful.
Right, he took thaumaturgy and Eldritch Blast. Okay, sorry, I'm remembering things.
okay. So, what I want to do is I want to have him cast thaumaturgy on me so that I can project my voice. Then I want to use... Okay, when you polymorph into something, are you able to keep, like, your thoughts at all? Or,
Yes, you keep your like mind stats.
And are you able to, like, speak as yourself, or...
Only if the creature has ability to speak so.
Okay.
It's one of those
So,
downsides.
maybe maybe I won't polymorph, but I'm going to use.
Wait.
Oh wait, I have
You want,
thaumaturgy.
Well, but you're down in the temple
You're
already.
down and
Yeah,
gone.
I'm gonna use it anyway.
You're
so.
about to do something that's gonna help a lot of this.
I think I'm just watching all of this go down.
Starting to watch.
So
Same
I
here.
Yeah, I'm like, I have no concept. I don't even
I'm
know
going-
who Hades is probably. at
Yeah,
this point,
like-
it's-
Enough that knowledge of like, yeah, he's
I
a
am a
god.
simple chef.
Yeah, but like I don't know about the cleric side or anything.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
just hanging out.
Alright.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast well, actually I'm not going to cast. I'm going to use universal speech, which is one of my abilities,
Yeah.
to kind of just make my voice into something that people can't understand. And then I'm going
Yikes.
to project that as loud as I can in just like this thundering voice over these people, and just like this monstrous kind of ethereal thing that they can't understand. You know, kind of how it's like, I don't know how to explain it. So like
I am the Dwed Pirate Wobbits.
a little.
Oh, it's great and powerful. It's something
Yes.
to inspire both
I'm the ghost
fear
of
and
Samuel
immediate
Arrow.
comprehension.
Yes. They don't understand it at first, and then I repeat the exact same thing, but again louder the next time, and then I do it in a
third
normal
time.
voice.
Speaks thrice.
Yes.
I'm getting some interesting themes here, but alright, I like where this is going.
Yeah. And
God.
the third time, I say. That was kind
God!
Of, that was kind of where
Jesus.
that
Happy
brain
DreamWorks
came
isn't
from.
this?
Using Christianity to scare my non-Christian NPCs. I'm loving this.
That's originally where the thought came from, but I'm going to speak and still kind of in a menacing kind of voice, say, "You dare stand in the temple of Zeus and speak blaspheme? This was a holy place, and now you deem it a place of death. Death may not be something that you should fear, but it is not something that you worship."
Wow, we got some crazy people.
And then the temple explodes.
I played the
Yes! Please tell me that's why
I'm
the temple
getting there.
explodes!
Then I go along the lines of, Hades is an evil and horrid god
He's asshole.
who has wrought death and destruction upon this land even in the last months. He will not have a foothold in a holy city. And then I will then polymorph,
Good night.
try and polymorph into, what's the symbol of Zeus? It's an eagle, right?
Eagle, yeah.
I want to polymorph into an eagle and then fly and land on where the symbol of Hades is. And then as I fly away, cast Major Illusion and have it look like there's a lightning bolt and then shatter at the same time. Just like using up every spell slot that I have.
I will say this. Because normally once you've polymorphed, you can't cast spells.
Or I just
But
won't do the polymorph.
you can I will
A little
give you
green
this.
mic.
You can like start having this prepped. It's that Phoebus like this is never how you do this, but for the showmanship of it, like casting a spell using Phoebus to like kind of hold it, like having someone's like, here, I'm putting an arcane spell in your hands. Just let it loose when I say so, or when you get the signal.
Absolutely.
You can have these. Go ahead. I want you and Esmeralda both give me performance with advantage.
Yeah.
Check, because I'm holding it
Yes, give me
slightly
just your base, like what would be your arcane spellcasting ability.
Intelligence. So a spellcasting check.
Yes. Do
when,
this.
when the temple explodes, I was going to use thaumaturgy to make Zeus speak.
Well, we already got that taken care of.
I've had this
Oh.
idea for a
Esmeralda,
week.
you're about to see, because you will hear this before you light it,
Okay.
like you're gonna, and so it's that like, aha, like let me wait for the
Yes.
Yeah,
moment.
it's the perfect moment.
Yes, and
17.
I'll
to
use
hold the spell.
thaumaturgy to
You're gonna hold
actually
it easily.
make
I kind of
like
want to do
thunderous
intimidation.
sounds echoing.
Oh yeah, no, intimidation definitely would work. Like this is
Okay.
not just a performance. You are trying to scare the living
Alright, let me
hell.
look
Never
at
mind,
my
this works better than
skills.
going through this.
Performance is
23.
something I'm proficient
23
in. Performance?
performance.
21.
Good hell.
Oh,
Um,
with advantage?
With
I
advantage,
didn't roll it twice.
you.
29.
With advantage? Did you
Yeah,
roll with
that was
advantage?
with
Okay.
advantage.
I rolled a 19 plus 10
What did you
for
roll?
intimidation.
She got a 21.
Not bad. I was thinking yours was really low, and I was like, maybe it'll bounce.
No, they were both.
Here's
they were both
what's
over
gonna
20.
happen.
Yes, I would love to.
As you start
I'll
prepping
use
this,
Thaumaturgy to make thunderous sounds coming from the skies and from inside the temple.
the skies darken and cloud over. Again, minor illusionary stuff
Should
from
we
other
help them?
spellcasters.
You know what? They got it.
I feel as if we've made a mistake. I don't know why.
And you all.
Also, not to off to run to the
Good lord.
Let's. This.
I was also hoping to like draw the attention of anybody who was around. Anybody and
Even if they
everybody.
weren't in the crowd, if they were people passing by, everyone watches as hearing this loud voice that you can't hear, once more becoming more unintelligible and yet clear, finally proclaiming this. All of you watch thunder and thaumaturgy.
That was sick.
The cultists like stop. Everyone's eyes are towards the sky. Fun fact, because again, your ship's invisible.
Uh-huh.
No one can see
So
you.
an eagle just appears out of nowhere.
An eagle appears out of nowhere, alighting on the skull. You release as
yeah.
boom, a thunderclap. So they think, as Esmeralda, you light the tinder and dive out the back.
And
Boom!
shatter.
Shatter, fire, lightning explodes. So many people scream and are immediately like falling on their knees in like quick prayer and devotion of this insane act of a god to them. A lot of these cultists, you see, two cultists take something, crack in their hands, boom, boom, vanish in puffs of smoke. The remaining ones there just turn and just start booking it down the street as fast as they can. They're just on the run. As this happens, and like you just fly back to the like
Yeah,
as you fly
I
up and over,
usually
you're just scary.
reach up like I'm going to, and as I'm going up, can I make myself look like just like this angelic, like crazy?
Minor illusionary, just boom, boom, as appearing that like light leaving the temple. All of you converge on ship.
Wait,
The-
before he polymorphs back, can we pluck a bunch of your feathers and throw them
Yes.
overboard? So
Yes.
like eagle feathers are raining down on people.
Yes.
That was truly
You can take
horrifying.
3
Look, my
points of
hair is
damage if
standing
you
up.
wanted to. Sure, just
I just
you'll
quickly
long rest by the
beast
time
pluck
you need it
and-
anyway. So it's just that like
Just like pulls all the feathers. Just
Huh.
Completely.
until like full. If you ever seen that like naked chicken from Mulan, you know the hawk that shiny
Yes.
passes. That's what Mike ends up looking like at the end of this. So many people are taking these feathers and like praying or like starting to like
I would like
cry.
to take.
Like
I used to have a symbol of Zeus. I would like to take it off. I would like to toss it out.
cool. Toss it, hits like the front steps. You guys have well and just routed any foothold Hades would ever have had here.
Too
Yes.
money.
Do some money.
Yeah, I'm just,
Please. Let's
okay.
go.
That was
On our way.
fun.
And the flight starts taking off back into the
We are now
open
a
sky.
major chess
And
piece on
as
Hades'
soon
board.
as-
If not
Come
now.
in.
As soon as
Hey, we
Hey.
just started an
Wow,
uprising.
looking
Oh, really?
fancy.
We
As
started
soon
an
as
uprising.
I get the ability to cast sending again, I'm gonna use one of those to message
Arthur?
Arthur, right?
Yes.
And be like, hey, send warning to everyone else that Hades is trying to establish religious footholds in cities without clergy.
Go and write that down. It will go on the board for the other groups. now that we have a fun little
Can I
board
write
of
anything down on
sending
the board?
theories,
Is
for
that
theories,
the board
things
of
you can
sending,
send to
or-
other groups or like messages to keep on, we'll have a little board here. It's gonna make it a lot
You like
easier.
mine?
I love
For the, I love that.
Okay,
Can I
someone
just
fill me
write
in.
to wear the red
So-
hat?
We just successfully routed the cultists from
Esmeralda made a giant kerosene fire in the temple, or in this broken temple, while Mike, 3 times speaking and only on the last making it intelligible, made it sound like Zeus was condemning the act of worshiping death and
And Hades.
While Minor Illusion and a giant thunderbolt into the temple, casting shatter with the fire lighting off. All these cultists just fled. A lot of people are taking them the eagle feathers that have been plucked and you guys threw over the side. Are like crying and like
Tentacles
praying
come
to
out
the temple now as like everyone's like, oh shoot, the gods. Right, Zeus.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Makes
For real.
sense.
They haven't abandoned us.
On par. Well done, you guys. Except they have, they just don't know it.
Fire Lily would say,
We are the hands of the gods.
light him on fire. I don't know if she says that, but she probably did.
She
at one
would.
point.
You just
Oh, damn,
Burn 'em.
that would've been so
well done.
Did Nemo touch any butts while I was gone?
He did not,
Okay.
thankfully.
But Marlon did
Yes, he
cast
touched mine.
thaumaturgy on Mike.
Huh?
Oh,
Just
yeah,
like
nice.
helping Mike's voice get louder. It's that like group effort.
Makes sense.
Well done, Gay. With that, you can all successfully start into the flight off to Sumani.
Okay.
Um,
Would this be a good point to take a long rest then?
Yes, this
Yeah.
will be the point. Everyone will get that long rest in, and we'll
Sweet.
start going through because I know everyone's got little things as they
Yeah.
fly to start like, what do we do? What do we want to like be ready?
You said
for?
it was 3 days journey.
It's about a 3 days journey.
I
Again,
think I've got my days laid out.
coming in from Magencia to Sumani. Here's what I will then say. Flying through the clouds, emboldened by this like act of defiance and just honestly true showmanship.
I literally just said a big F you to Hades.
Really, yeah,
That's
like
all I
yo,
wanted to do.
We're
I
now
was just-
major players.
his cult is just like
Bro, if we're gonna be
completely
major players,
routed.
I want to be a freaking nuisance.
You guys just
Understand
made
that.
yourself
Great show.
However,
such players.
keep
in this
in
game.
mind who's
Yeah.
also
What?
here,
A
who
great
can
show.
also
Were you guys in
their
theater in
patron
high
gets.
school?
no,
yeah.
actually, I
Are
wasn't.
you guys theater kids?
What? Me?
No, I'm quiet.
Tell it up. They're out to me. They're
Well,
out to me.
I'm tired of
How'd
being
you
quiet.
notice? I think
Wow.
you're.
Trade
I think you're
man?
kind of sus, man. I don't know.
Oh, here's what we'll do. We will start into some of these things. One of the first ones, of course, we are starting with Gusto and Esmeralda just down the library over these couple days, starting to do a lot of this information.
Why are you made out of cardboard?
In going through, I'm going to just kind of like roll
Random.
randomly to see who would go next. As
If
this
you
is
get
also
wet, you
happening,
melt.
Phoebus, what would be
Let's
one
not
of
take
your
that risk.
goals
I
you
was
would
gonna
like
say,
to
let's get a
do
cup of water and,
in
like,
this
dip a lemon
travel?
for like a finger and see what happens. Because I could
I'm
dry out a
just
finger.
reading
Fair
over the spell books, trying to get things more down on my brain of the spells I already have.
Yes.
Testing them on people. Few of them, saving some big bangers for.
I can take 'em.
prizes.
Big range.
Actually,
And,
you was my test subject for a minute.
Oh, yes, later.
Phoebus can help in that like
If you know
library.
what I mean.
What?
Like if yeah, no, it's like practicing
just
spells,
busy.
doing a lot of study
Not anymore.
can happen. The library and the training
we
decks
did throw a
are
Prince of
on the
Egypt.
same deck of the ship, so that's helpful.
And specifically, one spell he's going to be practicing with because he doesn't want his like sword and shield skills to go down the drain. He is going to be practicing with one of the new spells he learned, Shadow Blade.
Ooh, gotcha.
Basically, casting Shadow Blade
Nice.
on his sword that is spell cutting function, just using the Shadow Blade damage.
Someone
Gotcha.
else who recognized the
Uh,
power.
Next up, so while we're doing all this, then Nick, what would you be doing as well? Because we kind of talked about it last time, but
One of the days while he's kind of upset working on this board, he's gonna go to the library and look up for building and forgery and all that stuff, and he's going to come across some sort of book about Hephaestus.
we'll check out what you find there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Mike, on this 3 days journey, what are some of the stuff we'll be going into these and like
Yeah.
once I know what you guys want to do over the course of 3 days of like, and then how do we role play it out, talk about it. Mike, what are some of the stuff you're thinking in this leg of the journey?
We do have Sully.
Mhm.
I think he'd be trying to help Sully kind of figure things out. Kind of trying to kind of learn what happened. Kind of figure out what is happening.
Gotcha.
Help him kind of just get adjusted.
Pizza.
Figure out if
Pizza time.
Yes.
Alright. My brain kind of just fried.
You're good,
quick.
yeah. It's,
Or
Okay.
Donner?
A donor.
Okay.
Like
A
the
donor.
donor
So
party?
helping
Donner party
with
of one.
him.
yes. Yeah.
Then I would probably also kind of get him used to the thing, or everywhere. Ask him if, like, he originally had a way of getting back.
Yeah.
Kind of the situation that was happening before he left.
Yes. One of the
Um,
things.
Then probably kind of just painting some more, kind of working on kind of spells. And,
Yes.
I think I'd
Oh,
kind of
spell
just browse the library and kind of just see if anybody else needed anything, any help with anything, because
I'm injecting myself into all the library scenes.
I don't.
Because that's where you're going to be, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm just helping
Whoa, I
him
can't
and
see you when
anybody
you're
else who may
sideways.
just need assistance with something.
Yeah, the big stuff being
talking
slowly,
to me,
but
I
of
was
course
like,
just helping around that.
Yeah,
That's
like,
skinny,
if
am I?
like if he was working on the board, then maybe like popping in and being like, "Hey, you
Help
need
out.
help
need,
or anything?"
Need a hand, need something.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
if somebody else is doing something, kind of just offer assistance. Because now that I've kind of just like have Sully, it's kind of just like all of that.
There's a lot that's going to unpack.
There's a
Patch it
lot that kind of just unpacked and will unpack probably, and so
Yes.
he's probably more of a mood to just.
Gotcha. In which case, also then, going down the line, Marlon Nemo.
Yeah.
Just like during anything specific, anything to like try to look for.
I just sent you what Marlon's gonna do, but Nemo, on the other hand, he's going to go to Tiger Lily's room, see if he's allowed
Oh.
to go in.
Ah. I want to have a conversation with the kid.
That's
Okay.
going to be a roleplay. I'll actually pause it. Yes, that will be a big thing to kind of like with Soul. It's that yes, the Soul is going to happen. Yes, Nemo's going to look in. Cool. I like those. And
Yeah.
finally, Barbosa.
I just need to talk to him.
Each 3 days, I have got 3 activities in mind. One of them I might do twice. One, I want to study up in the library more about if there's anything about the history of the seas, Pieces of Eight, the First Brethren Court.
Y'all may
See if
help
I can maybe even
yourselves.
find out where Lost Pieces of Eight are. Maybe find out where mine could be. I know
Yeah.
it's somewhere in the Black Woods, but I don't know
Do you
where
happen
specifically.
to have paper?
Yes, we do.
Second,
cabinet.
and secondly, the one I might want to do 2 of the days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep attempting to commute to Yadalma because I'm
Cool.
like,
Yes.
if it can save us a journey to the bayou, I think this is a good idea of trying to commune with my patron and get information that way than physically going there.
Cool.
I could help him with sending.
Yes, you
Oh,
do. You do have sending. That's
Nemo has
actually,
sending now.
yeah, I might
Nemo also
has
has
sending.
I
Hey,
do not yet
Yeah.
have sending.
Everyone
Because
got
Nemo's the level 1 that showed up and went, no.
I'm level 6.
Crap.
Level 2 cleric, Nemo.
Hey, well, here's what we're gonna do.
I'm not
guys.
gonna ask
Um,
Nebo because this is a sea witch we're talking about. I'm gonna ask Mike to be like,
Yeah. Hey, Mike. I'm not gonna ask the kid.
I'm not gonna ask.
I
the kid
feel
about
legally
witchcraft, but
uncomfortable asking a child to do this.
About witchcraft.
Here's what we'll do though, gang.
Wait,
This is
witchcraft?
going to be kind of a big like chunk of roleplay going through.
Yes.
We'll be doing our best, but we'll be starting, of course, in the library. The scene I will then paint as we start into this journey. Again, all of these are happening over the course of 3 days. There's a lot with everyone, really.
Oh, I also need to get a sending to Adam.
Yes. Because he was able to send that back. You caught him at the one worst time with what was happening with theirs. It was like, you've only got 25 words. He's like, what do I say? Not a good time. What do I do? Here's what I will
Panic.
say then.
We're going to Sumani.
As we see Gusteau, Esmeralda, Phoebus, the library becomes a hotspot, as it did. Sorry, I'm not gonna cry. For the Imagineers so long ago. Wow, that just touched my heart. It's one of those like books and knowledge are so vitally important, and there's so much that can be found. And we see not just you three, even though you're spending a lot of time here, Barbosa coming through grabbing things, Nick grabbing manuals, Marlon, Nemo, even Mike starting to grab things and work on them. As you all, yes, paper towels are going to be helpful. You all start seeing that, like, the knowledge and information coming forth is vitally important. So what we're going to start, though, with is Gusto and Esmeralda. If you want to start with your...
16 at the beginning of
16, perfect.
Alright.
Esmeralda, do you remember what... Oh, yeah. Here.
Woo! That's cocked.
That's cocked, yeah.
Oh, that's so much better. Woo!
Can I roll?
Yes, you may.
For helping with Gusto.
Has its eyes on you. That's a 19.
19.
I'm doing my own
Why
research.
do you like you're running out of time?
Here's what you guys are going to find.
What do?
Gusto, after your death, there's not a ton. The library does, in fact, kind of stop big historical records after about 2 years. But what you're finding is your sous chef, Skinner, upon your death, took it upon himself publicly to keep the culinary arts alive, as he would say. One of his big goals is he completely abandoned the restaurant in France. It's now like okay, like it's not like it's under, but it's like it exists. He took
Not like
and
there's a
just
magical rat that came in and turned it around.
no, he moved
Alternate reality.
all
is
the
when he
production
dies.
all into Sumani. He got factories. He got like minor like villages of like people. It's that like, hey, you guys all want employment? Come with
my ass.
basically like let's make a giant corporation out of incredibly good recipes. But what you're finding is they've since moved from a high cuisine, this intense artwork of like the plating, the style, the flavor, to mass production using your name.
Capitalism in this game.
High cuisine to lean cuisine.
What you're finding, Gusto, is
Wait, watch your
Skinner actually very much is using your face, though, whereas he is, for all intents and purposes, the chief executive officer, the CEO. You are the icon brand. People really do, like we do with Chef Boyar, whatever he is for non-copyright strikes. You are that chef of the world. I mean, Chef Special Cuisines is that like brand of like he's the chef. Yes.
I just rolled a nat 20.
Chef Boy Barbie.
I'll allow you to do, I didn't ask you it beforehand.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm looking specifically for information on where Skinner is.
Here's what you know for a fact. He's got a office and operates 24/7 out of Sumani.
We are going to
You
take
actually
it
know,
down.
here's a bit of minor information. Today for you all is the 15th day of Mechanic. After such time, it'll be the 18th day.
Wait, when's
When we
Nemo's
land.
birthday?
Oh, gosh.
When's Sully's birthday? Huh.
That's the 16th
When-
and the 17th.
When's your birthday?
When's Gusto's birthday?
I don't know.
There's
Maybe
actually...
When's his death day?
We actually looked up each other's birthdays and then we made it into
When's
one.
my death day?
There's actual birthdays. I gotta
Wait a minute. Where are the undead buddies?
remember
When's the
where
ones
the...
Both died.
That's actually very important.
Oh, really?
In this
Apparently
case,
it's,
birthdays hold
August
power
7th.
now that it's been canonized. August 7th for Gusto?
Nope, wait, I just found a different date. Hold
Oh,
on.
At?
The
Are we the
movie
only
came
party
out
that's
on June
taken time to
29.
look up our own birthdays?
Very much so. Most other parties are
I
just
mean, the
doing
Imagineers
others.
are a little busy.
Imagineers are very busy.
Wow, we're so busy we have time to look up our birthdays.
We've got all the free time.
Yeah.
Anywho.
I mean, that's like, must be nice.
Imagine being able to look up your birthday.
And then we
Yeah,
started
so
at.
knowing that
Wait,
he's
right.
kind of defamed or
I'm so
defaced
sorry,
me,
excuse me.
literally, and kind of stolen everything that I built my life to represent,
Right, yeah.
and knowing that he's in Sumani, I think that's really all the information that I
You
look
would
for, and
need.
after that point, I kind of close all my research books, and I just look at everybody else and just, how can I help? What can I do?
Alrighty.
And whenever I'm not in the library, I'm gonna be learning how to fly the ship
Yes.
because that's so cool to me.
Yes.
Don't go out in the rain.
She's
I'm
out.
worried you'll melt.
Here's also what I'll give you. So, fun fact. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do I have all of that, like,
Nemo's
best place
birthday
stuff you
is
put on?
the 4th day of Azafarian, which is about the 5th month. Sully's birthday is one kind of like Mike's. It's hard to pinpoint, being from Tartarus. I'll get to that in a second. Gusteau,
17th of what?
Nemo's birthday is the 4th day of Azafarian. Gusteau, when was your birthday?
There was a lot of different ones. The movie came out on June 29th. Do with that what as you will.
Maybe we'll call that for now.
That might be near mine. That might
The
sometimes
29th day of Bellin, the 6th month. It is the month of Prospect, as Nemo's birth is in the month of Warmth. Yes, Mike.
Speaking of him, the paints for his
Yes.
face.
We'll get to that and say that's something that'll be coming
that's
to you specifically.
Yeah.
I had that one specifically written down.
Yeah, I just forgot about it.
it was
I was
like-
oh,
Yours and
Yes.
Nick's were some of those bigger ones that I wrote down.
I got it from my dad.
So yes, Gusto. Here's what I'll give you though. On the Nat 20, you have the office number.
It's a
of
legitimate thing.
Not just the city, not just the building. You know what floor, everything. You know his exact location.
Okay. Who else is in the library with me
Alright,
at this
let's hire
moment?
him.
I would.
Currently, it's like the 4 of you. Like people are coming in and out, but like
Okay,
those
but
that
it's
as like
basically
I'm
centers.
playing
it's like
catch with Nemo.
Mike, Phoebus, and Esmeralda, and myself.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like I haven't
there we go.
talked in like 6
I'm gonna be
hours,
trying to
right? It's
break
just
the
been a full day of like looking at books. I'm just gonna look up.
If I can
close
avoid us
my
going
book.
straight to the body with risking an
How
encounter.
do you feel about
What if I succeeded?
murder? Or revenge? Or
I've done it.
justice? We can call it what we like.
What's
I
your
need
opinion on
vengeance.
murder?
Y'all down with the clown?
I
You know,
don't
murder.
roll it.
Murder's high,
As
bro.
you can all assume,
Oh, yeah.
I have not always been
Murder's
hardcore.
dope.
I was not always like this.
Mhm.
I
Asking
ran
God
the
is
most
shots of
prestigious restaurant in humbly the world.
Of course.
And when I died, my sous chef took it upon himself to turn me into a frozen fast food bastardization.
Ah.
So
Bastard.
I'm hoping that if I remove him from the planet, I can also
Clownfish turd.
maybe go. Maybe unfinished business and all that.
Phoebus, you may be trying not to bring up that you've eaten some of Skinner's stuff. I mean, being from Somalia, that's a common meal.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like-
like,
for the
eating, like late
yeah.
night
It's
after
like McDonald's.
working the apocalypse.
Yeah,
Yo, you
it's
want to go
like-
get
Throw
some
a
chefs?
burrito in the microphone.
Yeah, like
Literally, we've
Throw
like
a corn
had in
dog
our
in there.
apartment, sitting there, like warming up, like we're looking at each
Do
other.
they have chefs chain restaurants?
yes, they do. That's the worst part. Is this does exist semi-worldwide? It's why Skinner's a
It's McDonald's.
mogul of
That's what I
like
was gonna
food
say.
industry right now.
McDonald's.
McGustos.
McGusto. No, the
McGusto.
chef's icon because it's such a classic. Like, hey, you want to get chefs?
Yeah.
Let's eat some chefs. Like, oh yeah, like, don't worry, we have this huge like army campaign where we're gonna go through the woods. I ordered like 3 boxes of chefs for the people because they come so fast and so well packaged. It lasts.
So
Chef,
efficient.
It's the rations of the world.
Mhm.
Would
With that though,
We're going to have to destabilize the
During-
world economy, guys.
I
Yes.
think the economy is already.
should I put that
My
on the list?
plot
We're gonna have to
demands it.
destabilize
Just
the world
imagine if
economy.
McDonald's
I mean-
went down, how many lives would be
Do you think
completely
he's
ruined?
responsible
I'm
for
putting on the
where you are
book.
now?
We're
I
destabilizing the world
don't-
economy.
Esmeralda just asked a great question that I would like to roll on. She asked if I think that Skinner's responsible for the way that I am now.
give me an insight
It's like,
on yourself.
It sounds like you died unexpectedly and you weren't
It's a
supposed
13.
to.
I think I
You know-
died of a heart attack. It didn't feel like anything bad.
It was a hard. This was
I
one of
think-
those like it sucks that you died, and he was just
Yo,
the guy that was
that's
like, "Hey, now that I'm legally in charge of this, this is what I want to do with the company."
Exactly.
And that's a
Gotcha.
terrible thing that most people agree, but it's like he.
I don't know, he sounds kind of sus, so
Do I-
low-key, I don't care.
Do I feel like he's
I respect
the
the
reason
hustle.
that I'm back though? Is that That was the roll.
I know crisps.
I will say, unlike the nat 20 you had before, there's so much of like, how did he, and now I'm here. If there's ever such thing as that unresolved business, that's a big mark in a checkbook, so to speak, of like, hey,
Then yes, murder
you
is
give me 1
okay.
second.
Okay,
Sorry, I'm
great.
trying to get to. What I will give you though is then Esmeralda, as you're also studying in,
We murdered Frollo.
you got a 19. What because you guys are studying more into like spells and spell work for Esmeralda and Phoebus. Is there anything in particular though of like historical side that
I
you
am
wanted to get?
looking for the history of the gods.
Hmm.
Because I know this is just history buff nerd me, Shelby. The history of actual Greek mythology is complex and very interesting. Persephone in and of itself is something very interesting I've always found. Fun fact, they were so afraid to even speak her name that they gave her a different name.
People are more afraid of Persephone than Hades.
They were more afraid of Persephone
You got
than
a
Hades.
19, which is
That's
really
the
good.
relationship
And
goal
I'm
I
curious to see how much of that's translated over.
This is a bit of world dump that everyone's gonna want to know, because this is something you can immediately share
Grazie.
To the characters.
to the characters. Ladies and gentlemen, the gods are an important icon in the world. The 12 Olympians are what makes up the majorly worshipped and celebrated pantheon of this world, overseeing each of their facets. Thus is writ that upon the creation of order, as it is written in the world, Zeus, king of the gods, chiefest among his siblings and family, took upon himself the mantle of the sky of lightning. His brother, Hades, was given the mantle of the underworld, and the third brother, Poseidon, given the task of the sea, to which Poseidon's sense gave to many deities. It is well known the sea cannot be quantified in one space, as thus ancient gods such as Calypso, entities such as Davy Jones have emerged because everything can come from the sea. Out of the three then most noble and elder of the gods came, of course, the immediate families of Hera, Demeter, sends forth many of Zeus's children of Athena, Ares, Hephaestus, Hermes, in the gods' will and works. What you are looking at, though, Esmeralda, what differs maybe from what we know as Greek mythology, not much is writ on their immediate creation. Most things just say, like, they started the world. But there's not much before that.
Super helpful.
Right? It's like,
thanks.
and because it's just that, yeah,
There's
it
no
makes sense. If a god
titans.
kickstarts the world, what else will you need? Well, if you have that question, it's really unanswerable in most of the, what's the word I want to look for?
Quantifiable ways.
Quantifiable ways, yes. Where you have them, these minor deities that came from the gods, like Davy Jones, Calypso, all these creatures, it's totally possible for gods to create their own deities, or like minor gods, goddesses. Nemo and Esmeralda, you know, like Tiger Lily is now this kind of like facet of Artemis through another way and realm, and that the concept of godhood is not completely independent of one set of like humanoid creature, that there are beasts that create their own power, that some consider dragons to be in of themselves these god-like creatures.
I have a question. As a resident of the sea, would I know where King Triton came from? Was he like
Oh my
a direct son of Poseidon?
Yes,
Okay.
that is where he gets that right of rule of my father is
And
The
what
god.
about Triton's wife?
Just a babe.
something that the ocean folk are not supposed to talk about.
I mean,
It is
well,
that-
I would
Did
know
you
about
see that movie though?
Yes, you know about that because it is that,
It's
like,
so sad.
hey, you want to get like stabbed with a trident? Don't talk about the queen and what
Yeah,
happened.
talk
And I
about-
would say Marlin, you have the empathy of maybe why. It's a very simple, like, you don't want to talk about it for not like a evil reason. It's just that
It's
very
not good
personal. Don't do it.
It's
Um,
not becoming of a man.
It's one of those like let's not.
I have a potentially important, potentially I'm harping on something that doesn't need to be questioned.
Hey,
You
I
said
wasn't
that
a part of the
Zeus
crew.
took upon himself the mantle. Hades and Poseidon were both given the mantle. Can it be taken away?
Crap.
Also,
Here's where this is gonna get fun.
Cause yo,
The
first
mantle.
you went
Ruler
from
of hell.
murder to let's ruin the economy to I'm now a god. Really.
I'm throwing that in the book.
I'm back!
Part of the
God
importance
Gusto,
of
God of culinary and the arts.
part of this thing is godhood can be
God of
achieved.
McDonald's.
One of the most prominent right now, like in that pop culture, Hercules is known world over in both land and sea, and
Hercules.
the son of Zeus trying to regain his deified state. There's a lot that's unclear, really, of like his PR team's done a great job, but it's like, so was he a god or was he like born not a god? Because some of the gods were born not gods and given it. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But on that, instead of being, I mean, lineage is one thing, so it would always be son of, or there would always be the previous Zeus, right?
That's why Calypso
Is there a
so
way
powerful.
to
We
take,
feel
not
it.
become an aspect or have some sort of their power leading down? Would there be a way to go to the source and take or remove Hades from that entirely?
Well, where did Zeus get his power?
His father.
He took his mantle. So
Guys,
didn't they do that?
We
with-
found a way to.
I'm focused on Skinner. Lincoln's saying, I think we found our mission.
Wait, is Hades the god of Monstropolis?
No.
I called dibs on Persephone. What?
I called them. I called them
Monstropolis is a
Calypso.
layer of Tartarus. Tartarus being, of course, the layers of order and creation. When the gods kind of like took form, order and creation formed a schism, is what it is known as. The balance of like good and evil, lawful and chaotic, with both on both sides. It's important to note that just because like the Fae and Fairy came from what we would consider good, and the demons and devils came from what we would consider evil in a humanoid morality, there is still both lawful and chaotic in both sides. There's still good and evil on both sides. Where you'll get, like, Mike, the devils of Monstropolis, very lawful. Yeah, you consider evil to scare children and steal their screams, but it's like, that's business. That's how we live and grow. That-
business.
It's nothing personal.
yeah, we're not trying to, like, hurt anyone. This is just what we can do.
It's just
Whereas-
like, surprise! And then they're like, ah! And then it's like,
In just the opposite, you guys have all heard crazy, sketchy stuff can come from Fae, and especially of Neverland. Some of the stuff that the fairies may have kept there, rumors abound on like what's inside Neverland
And
that
ancient
may
sea
not be
curses.
fit for mortal eyes. It's something. So finding that schism, though, Tartarus is that the push of when the gods create the order, the mortal plane, this point of balance, the planes then shifted outward to reflect that. But of course, a schism is always known as the balance in all things. At some point, both good and evil, fiend and fae do meet in a middle, shall we say? And that is what's known as the schism. It's where people get the concept of balance. Most justicism of good and evil say like yes or no. But yes, Lincoln as a character, and all of you, from just in like hearing again the idea of the gods, things could be taken. Godhood is something that doesn't have to be bled. Like power can be given, but godhood or states might be able to be received in different ways. But even on a 19, in just what the records of the ship would hold, there's not a ton of information. But you picked up definitely on that what the 19 was going to give you guys. In this story of the gods, in this creation, there's a lot to be gained from it in order of importance. When you know your enemy, you know yourself.
So what you're
so
saying is I can take the dog.
so when
Sorry.
you said that the gods
put it in there.
kickstarted the world, did they run a Kickstarter campaign?
That's a good question.
GoFundMe?
I want to start a new world.
Is there a
Please
GoFundMe
fund.
page?
Hello
There's
guys,
a part of my
my name's
Patreon.
Hades. I will be running the underworld operations.
It's actually something, I mean, you guys know, high enough wizards, powerful sorcerers in the past, demi-planes and planar things aren't like, I shouldn't say they're not hard to create, they're very hard to create, but it's possible.
But mortal men have done it.
You can
Mortals
say-
have done it, have achieved that sense of, because if you can find a balance, if you can, it's almost like proving to the power and universe and energy of like a space of necessity. I have found where balance can be achieved in something to have them both sides of a coin in a space. It's where demi-planes are easier for mages to achieve because it's like, hey, I'm achieving out of chaos and order just a simple space. It's where you'll get, planar type spells of like, hey, magnificent mansion. It's just kind of like a small little box that when you leave eventually fades because you've exerted your will of balance. But yes, Mike, and it's not quite unlike how some of the door technology works. It's just spaces of opening. You have made a small little planar, like, I want to open a space of energy, a space between worlds. Because if all worlds have this balance, well, this plane and this plane, here's straight shot. And, then just, of course, the schematics and mechanics of, like, and centering in how you want.
And screaming children.
And scary children, yeah.
Wow.
A lot, really.
Thank you, Daddy, for the lore dump.
I love the lore dump.
Please.
Nice and juicy.
Here's what then we will go to next. Nick, you are starting to gain your information. Go ahead, give me a check on this board.
What's that?
Advantage, Mike, you can be helping. This is one of those, like, raw intelligence of, like, in working on the board over these couple days, it's like, well, I've got some of these manuals, Mike's helping me out, putting more and more pieces together. Things aren't falling out, but, like, what are the parts and how do they click?
I was wanting to read up on Hephaestus first.
Yeah, we'll definitely go ahead, give me a history check with advantage, because Esmeralda's doing a lot of the, like, I don't want to say busy work, but that, like, ground setting of, like, here are the gods, here's what they do. So go ahead and give me that with advantage if you want to focus in on one in particular.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Hephaestus is the god of the forge and the god of creation. Is actually, I mean, of course, all the gods created creation. They made the world. No. Hephaestus, part of the story, of course, comes from his birth was such a oddity, as you usually view outward beauty as that kind of like setting zone of like what God should be like. Oh yeah, the gods are like beautiful and perfect. Hey, Hephaestus was not. Is one of the things he was quite honestly so much that it's as the myth and legend goes, he was cast from Mount Olympus, and of course, on a dirty 20, cast or banished or just invited to leave. There's like, it kind of varies in that sense, but in the sense of, for a first moment, he was not invited in, and eventually was given refuge with the gods, achieved that status through his work, through his creations. He made his tools. He made like parts of bodies for himself. It's where like a lot of current makers, you know this from Sumani, like the idea of a warforged, while new, it's like, well, yeah, it's like what Hephaestus does, an automaton, something to like host a body for like a artificial intelligence, isn't like new. A god did it. He was the first one. Hephaestus is that god because he is the god of fixing as well, is what you're finding. He knows how to do stuff. I will say in relation to this, the dude might be a great outlet, especially for this project, because Hephaestus, any and all myth, any old record would tell you, he loves challenges. He likes how things work.
Yeah. Nick feels a very strong kinship towards him.
Hey.
No, you don't know.
Hey.
So before starting on like the second or third day, Nick is going to pray to Hephaestus before start working on the board.
Give me a religion check.
Advantage or no?
No advantage. These are always just more flat.
Okay.
It's more to base off of what my rolls mean.
It was on the 20 and the 8, and then it's flipped to an 8.
Oh, I hate that.
Lucky!
That's bad.
15.
15. It's really high. Alright.
Ew!
Nani?
Hephaestus appears in the ship.
Ah!
We were joking.
Yeah.
Don't give us a
It's
spy.
getting hot.
Controls my body. I'm like, ah!
He's not.
He's
My
a
monkey.
malicious god, though.
Nick, through the sky again. in the crow's nest, where like your hammock is, you can see cloud and star passing by. The lower Magentian countryside that you are now flying over is honestly beautiful. Rolling hills, grass, very sparse foliage, and you can see for miles in a sense of pure wonder. Flying never gets old, let's be honest. Going over in a sense of prayer, how would you like to do this? We're going to roleplay this. I will then ask for, this is going to be a solo moment, so it's going to just be for Nick here. But what would you do?
Nick would pray like this, just staring out over into the sky. He'd just go, "Hey, buddy. I have been working on a bit of a puzzle lately. And a couple of puzzles, actually. One of them being this board on the ship, and the other one being myself. And I was just wondering if you were there, if you could hear me, and if you could, maybe you could offer any help. That'd be great."
As you pray this out, cloud passing by very listlessly, the lovely, swirls passing through the vapors of the cloud of the ship pools in through your fur. As you say this prayer, not much happens. You kind of look around, wait. There's no voice. There's no, bolt of lightning. And after a while, nothing really seems to occur.
Didn't think so.
As you then, that natural prep for bed, you get into your hammock, looking up again at the wonderful nebulous above you, the swirling stars and shapes and galaxies. Your mind wanders until you feel sleep take you. As you feel your mind swirl down through darkness and star, you find yourself in a blazing light. Bright smoke, lights, sounds everywhere. And after a moment you hear, "You're pretty fugly." And face to face is the most horrifying thing you've ever seen.
Oh gosh!
Imagine Play-Doh Man crossed with Raiders of the Lost Ark melting cheese, all left out in the garbage can for 2 days. Kind of face.
2 days.
Gumby.
Yes, really. A topographical map of Utah kind of vibe. Subtle reference there. You find this person looking at you. Just, "You're kind of ugly."
Whoa! Hello?
No, what's up?
Are you Hephaestus?
Yeah, damn straight.
I love this man.
Damn straight. Did you hear my prayer?
Yeah. It's pretty nice. Not a lot of posturing, not a lot of heavy smoke. I breathe enough of it.
I can tell. What have you been working on lately?
Oh, let me show you. You see, he leads you over to this bench where you see, as you kind of look down, you realize you might be bigger than you thought, because some of the tools on this workbench seem like impressively small or finite. And in front of you are two little toy soldiers. He's like, "These are pretty cool. I'm trying them out. Watch this." As he slowly twists one, you see the soldiers come to life, bow to each other. One pulls out a sword, one pulls out a gun, and they start into this impressive tiny little battle with each other. Just, yeah, that's pretty cool. See that one? When you put the socket on top of the arm, it gives you an actual range of motion. He's motioning his arm. You see his arm has a mechanical, tiny little puffs of steam go out, as he naturally can't raise this arm higher than his head, and even at that with help from a machine.
Yeah.
He's just, "That's pretty cool, right?" You just kind of goes through and eventually watches. You watch as the one with the sword comes in, boom, misses complete. The one with the gun then puts the gun in the other soldier's mouth, and the head just explodes.
Oh!
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That was interesting. How did you learn to do all this?
Well, practice.
Practice. Right.
Practice.
And more practice.
Lots
I'm
of
assuming.
practice.
Yeah. You
Stuff
know,
doesn't come just fast. You know that, boy.
most of my life, everything that I've tried has come pretty easily.
That's why you suck.
Pardon?
No, you suck.
I suck.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching. You see that board you're working on? Pff, geez, about to blow up the ship if you keep going the rate you are.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to get some help from friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations, I guess?
Spits off like a glob of what might be blood out of his mouth. So, listen,
Yeah.
you're not bad.
Thank you?
Yeah?
Oh, sorry. Thank you. I've been working on it.
No, not the board. You're not bad.
I don't know what you mean.
No, we see everything.
We?
Oh, the gods.
Ha.
What do you think we do most of the time?
Make toy soldiers that kill each other.
Oh no, that's a hobby.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is my favorite version of the fest.
In that case, thank you. Thank you. I have a curse on myself that I need to get lifted, and I need to lift the curse by being a good person.
Yeah.
And I'm not completely sure how to do that.
Well, there's a secret to that.
Yes?
A good person is bullshit.
A good person is bullshit.
Good person's bullshit.
What does that mean?
Come here. You see, he gestures over, brings you over. As you walk again, suddenly you seem shifted in shape. Now, a lot of things seem proportional, if not like maybe a little big. But though you and Hephaestus next to you don't seem to move at all, you just seem to like walk. You are brought to a screen. You see, just now look at here. Presses like a button. You see pops and sparks as magic seems to like ripple over the metal. You see a image of Phoebus and Esmeralda, just kind of in that gentle like cuddling position, asleep. You know, as most people are. It's like now, like
Whoa,
that guy. What do you think he's a good guy?
Yes, of course.
Nah, bullshit.
Oh?
Yeah. I mean, you saw, he tried to make a deal with a facility. That dude's an asshole.
Well, he was doing it for a good reason, though.
Exactly. Everything's for a good reason. Plus, again, you see black, greasy-ish hair, goggles, like soot lined everywhere, of a kid working on a giant metal contraption. You've seen this kid before. It is what you now know from Arthur is Varian. He said, this kid, he's doing it for the right reasons too. His dad died. Pretty noble. He's trying to avenge him, do justice. So, should we let him kill everyone?
No.
That's a good thing.
Well, it's not good to...
It's not good to murder people.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
see?
exactly.
Being a good guy is bullshit.
I'm still not sure I get it.
Alright, one more example. Little bit of like weird crick and pop. His neck, again, he's not popping on his own. You see like tiny pistons of like metal just like are pushing his head to the side, making the crack kind of like instant adjustment. I just, alright, now we're good. Pops the screen again. Varian dissolves, and you see a young Nick Wilde. Small kid, running around streets. Yeah, see there? This is clever. See, because I'm showing it's you, but you know it's you. It's pretty clever.
I love this dude already.
Is that a good kid? Oh, look at that. Look, here it comes. And you watch as you steal some of that food. That's a pretty good thing, right? You stole it. Help feed people. That's pretty good, right?
I mean, he was a good good kid that turned into a shit man.
Nah. He was a good kid that had a lot of shit thrown on him. He pulls out the toy soldier with the head blown off. This toy soldier, if I covered him in a mountain of Pegasus shit, what do you think he's gonna be?
He's gonna be shit.
No, he's covered in it. Still a toy soldier. Still pretty good. But he's got his whole head blown off. Got a lot of crap everywhere. Gotta clean it. What happens when you clean it off? What happens when you fix the head?
It becomes a good toy soldier again.
No. It's the toy soldier. There's just no more shit.
I
like
see.
this.
I see.
Right. Now I'll give you this. I'm never one to fix a problem for you. That's how the problems just come back. But I will tell you this. If you twist the hex nuts 3 more times to the left, you will blow up your board. So don't do that. Unloosen some of the stuff you're working on. You need to ease
Too
off.
tight?
Remember,
Okay.
it's like a dolphin. Those things, when they come out of the water, it's graceful. It's not rigid. It's got a smooth flow.
Right,
Uh,
right.
The other thing is, let's see, I'm not good at this. You see,
Nick is trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know what the hexagons are.
what's a hexagon? What?
3 more times?
3, which I didn't remember touching anything that looked hexagonal. But you see, as
Please tell me
Hephaestus
he's wearing a
turns
trucker
over,
hat. I love this.
all right, pulls out what looks to be just like a metal rod, no bigger than your head. Now here, this is gonna be good for you. Not good. It's not pretty, but try this. What's a keyword only you would know?
Let me think about this
Flash,
for a second.
100-yard dash.
flash, 100-yard dash. Ace of diamonds.
Right. Go ahead, put your thumbprint on it. Say that.
Ace of diamonds.
Chum, 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 chum. Extending outward, beautiful bronze rapier. Whoa. Yeah, it's pretty sweet, right? Right? It just came out like that.
This is beautiful.
Telescoping sword.
A telescope?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait one
what?
second. You see, grabs it kind of back, just spits on it, takes a metal kind of ring. As you see, his spit sizzles and burns brighter than lava. You know that height. Draws it back, wipes it. You see a small hammer design is now emblazoned in sword. That does the magic part. That gives you a good weapon.
Thanks.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
love this.
that truly did mean a lot to me, and I hope to be a not shit person.
Yep. We all do. Some people, they grow accustomed to the shit. Don't take it.
Thank you.
Alright, now before you go, I have a very serious question.
Yes, of course.
I need you see he turns, a metal gear has kind of dislodged and is now jutting into his spine. It's you just gotta pop that back in place. Yeah, it smells horrible. It's this has been up against a person's body for how many millennia? Just pop it back.
Kind of shove it.
Ah!
Oh, are you okay? Oh, I'm sorry.
He strings up 4 inches. Just,
Oh.
oh, that feels so much better. Feels good.
I'm glad.
I never
Thank you
imagined-
again.
Yep.
I'll be out now.
Petition for all of us to be paladins for him.
Yes.
Petition real quick.
How do I get out of here, by the way?
I work on stuff on a ship.
You were never here to
I could be a
begin with.
ship, right?
You see, that's what's clever. I did one of those things where you think you're here, but you're not. It's all in your head. Don't worry, the swords, I had it delivered. You'll get it when you wake up.
Perfect, thank you.
I'm gonna be totally I don't know how to end this, so I think you're just kind of here until someone, or you wake up naturally.
Okay, in that case, is there anything you need help with?
Honestly, yeah, let's just kind of work. I got some of my soldiers I want to work on. I got time.
Nick hasn't really didn't have a really good childhood where he got to play with toys.
Yes.
I would love to.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got one of them. He takes his middle finger every so often, puts it in, and gives a wet willy. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's kind of how your night goes, because the dude can't end it. He's not great on like the whole magic intervention thing.
It's simultaneously enthralled and horrified.
What's going on? We are going
I
to
love this.
move fast.
You're a
You get the sword. It is a magic sword. It has a +1 to hit and +1 to damage.
Nice.
And yes, with Ace of Diamonds, it can collapse and retract. Again, that is an object interaction, not even a bonus action of just, but it takes up that like the hand and talking to do so. And so yes, when it's collapsed though, there's no way to really tell.
So I say it and then it contracts.
Yes, you can say it once to spring out. Say it again to bring it back in.
Could I change out of Ace of Diamonds then?
Yeah, sure.
Knight of Hephaestus.
Sweet.
I like
Alrighty.
If I had to pick
You
a
start on that
same
path.
character, play as a servant paladin.
With that, we are going to then move to a different part of the ship.
Okay, they're blue lights. This could mean either you
Mine
or B.
It's mine.
Yes.
You are in the room. You see, Sully is like in the hammock. We're going to kind of roleplay. It's been rough. You see, Sully's gotten better. He started joking. Like every so often, he'll come out, kind of just like in that. Hello, how's it going, everybody?
Hi, big
Yes,
fucking
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
You got a moment to talk?
Always.
Yeah, thanks. So, Mike, I was wondering, should we go?
How are we getting back?
I don't know. If I'm being perfectly honest, again, Randall's kind of got most of the doors on work 24/7, but I don't know what to do. And I guess maybe just if we go off, start looking for that. I mean, it's kind of the humans' problem right now.
Not really, though. Because I don't think Randall is actually top dog in this situation. The ruler of hell is trying to kill everyone. Like,
Oh.
we have an energy problem now, but how bad will things be when there are no children at all to get
That's-
energy from?
Yeah, that's okay. That's a fair point. I'm just
I
saying,
walk by and just hear that section.
walking faster by the door. Woo! You see though, Mike. So just okay, buddy. I trust you. You've always been the one that's smart. You know how to plan for these things.
Like,
But-
the whole time I have been searching for better ways of getting energy. I've been looking for a way back this whole time and have been trying to, I've been learning magic more and more to try and find a way home, but I haven't quite figured anything out yet. Hopefully I can find something. I mean, I could go through the library again. I don't, like...
Mike,
at
I'm
this-
just saying because these people are nice. I mean, I've never really met with a lot of humans. They seem a lot more approachable, but we do have, our own home. And I know it's hard to want to help and we've got stuff to deal with, but what are we supposed to do?
I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, I know you'll think of something. You always do. You're good at that. You see, Sully kind of like immediately looks like, oh, I didn't mean to like provoke that kind of, because then I don't know, it's kind of always the worst. You see, just hey, no, we got this. Listen, we'll help these people. We can find energy. This place seems really magically inclined and energy wise. We
Yeah.
can fix the company.
think we can try and do more than just fix the company. But
Well, what do you mean?
I think we could fix our entire way of doing things.
Oh.
I don't know. I feel like fear isn't what we need.
You see he slowly stops. Just completely But that's where screams come from.
Right.
How are you supposed to get someone to scream if they're not afraid of you?
It's a good question.
Yeah. Anyway, you see Sully kind of like rolls over in that very... It's one of his techniques where he's like, if he doesn't know what to do, he just kind of like turns.
I'll just go over here. No.
Right? Like, and in a very small, like, but I mean, big to anyone else, but when it's already occupying a giant bear-like creature and you, there's not a lot of room. You see, he just kind of turns in the hammock away. Sure, it'll be good. It'll be good.
We'll get it. Like you said, I'll think of something.
With that, we're gonna cut away. We see. Would you like to role play with Marlon?
So,
or just more?
Here's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Marlon is with Jack right now in Jack's own room, and Nemo comes in, kind of passing by, going, "Dad, what are you doing?" Nemo, you could go play with the other people on the ship. But Dad, we've hardly ever seen each other. It's all right, son. It's all right. I just think it'll be much more safe if you were out and about. You never said that before.
A good fish always should listen to a fish parent, because a fish parent knows when one should go out into the wide world, little fish friend.
Yes, you should definitely listen to Jack Sparrow. He is a very wise person. Now, no, go on. He doesn't look very wise. No, go on, Nemo. Close the door.
There's like 5 bottles lit around Jack, dude. He is very intoxicated.
When is he not?
So Nemo.
Well, all right. Nemo right now is going to pray to Tiger Lily, talk with his friend.
Go ahead and make me a religion check.
Nemo dice. Nemo dice.
Nemo dice.
Religion. You gotta keep him at 90 degrees.
18.
Ooh, 90 degrees from the then up. I have this.
Do you think Esmeralda would also sense?
Yes,
another
Esmeralda's gonna get in on this because when you roll 100, you gotta do something with that.
Whoa! Should we call out?
No, she's recuperating again. She's able to show up for sessions.
I know, but she would like.
Well, here's the thing. I do have again that permission to play the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Esmeralda, you and Nemo are gonna have a joint dream.
Yeah, I'm
Happens.
taking a nap. I do want to talk with my significant other at some point.
Yeah, talk with your partner. Here's what we're gonna do.
Because I was gonna talk to Nemo, but I'll count this as.
We'll be coming back. Venus, you're one of the last ones we will do in that, like, you two specifically.
Okay.
Nemo. Again, through prayer, not much happens immediately. We are in a dream. As you go to sleep, again, finding like a corner. Nemo, you are swimming through the freshest water. Warm, dappled sunlight hitting so that when you swim through it creates that lovely, warm and cool feelings of just, passing through.
So
You realize you are in, though, fresh water. Because it's that, like, it doesn't feel salty. Like how we view air, right? The difference between like breathing air and then like the air on the seal, human. Of suddenly, this isn't normal. Like I should only be able to breathe in salt. You realize though that the water around you, while warm and fresh, feels powerful and magical. Esmeralda, you sit up and realize you are back in a small grove of trees. Flowers of different shapes and colors bloom, wither and die, and bloom again into new variety. These birds of paradise-esque flowers glow in different hues of purple and red, shift and like sprout, almost plant-like wings before alighting in the sky. As looking down, you see a stream next to you. And in that very natural, Nemo and Esmeralda, as you look down and you look up, you see each other just in that sense of through the barrier.
Are you in my dream? Are you real?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're real, right?
I hope so, at least. I haven't been real for a really long time, so I guess it's hard for me to tell at this point.
Damn.
Okay. What's with kids and all this drama?
Kids these days and the angst.
I thought I made my
Back
guy
in my
young
day,
for
everything
trauma.
was happy.
You're surpassing me now.
You see, though, as you guys are sitting here, you hear a voice behind you of just. So, you turn and see a young girl, snow white hair pulled into this intricate braid, gentle, like blue glowing tattoos coming down across her eyes, chin, down through into her arms. Very in that Avatar-esque, but not in those straight lines, but of curl, swirl, and different points. In what seems to be more like leaf-like sewn leather and plant. Standing before you, as you know, is your goddess. You see this girl just... You made it!
Lily! She's my best friend.
Hi.
Hi.
Wow,
We're also friends?
this is weird. You guys ever know when you drink like a ton of alcohol and you get that weird buzz before you're like really buzzed?
I think he's only 3.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were much older. Oh,
What's alcohol?
Nothing.
don't worry.
It's adult juice.
Adult juice.
Adult juice.
It's like how brothels are adult soup. As well, you know it. But you actually look as this goddess nods very seriously. You think Tiger Lily doesn't know what those are.
I kind of just nod along and I'm like, you know what? They're both kids. Let's
Adults
just
have
go
a
with it.
lot of strange rules when it comes to like what to name soups and drinks. Apparently,
Oh.
yeah.
My dad said one time that I shouldn't go over and play in Mr. Johansson's yard because he's a creepy old man. And do you think a creepy old man would have those kind of bad people juices?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Any creepy old
absolutely.
people have bad juices.
Do you have any bad
Oh.
juices?
No.
No. You
Okay,
see
I
though,
don't know.
as Tiger Lily, you look, there are flowering plants that have appeared by Tiger Lily. Here, sit. I mean, well, swim. As yours is like
I'll
aquatic.
come sit, crisscross applesauce.
She kind of does the same. She's so. I'm new to this.
Me too.
Well, we just played games before when we played in the other place.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, honestly.
It sure was.
Nemo.
We played hide and seek, and sometimes I couldn't find her because
Where's
she
this
was on
other
land.
place?
She was on land.
Oh, the other place.
The other place.
What does it look like?
It's really white, and there's.
Could Nemo make a history check?
Yeah, Nemo
Wait.
definitely can.
This kid has got too much trauma.
15 plus.
He doesn't know it yet.
Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nemo, there was like Ethereum waters and cloud and ground all in that perception. So for you, it was a lot of home, like these waters you're familiar with. But again, it always came back to a certain loop. There was always a point of, no matter how far you could swim out, you would find yourself swimming back into what you know, right? Your home, the anemone, but while there was other fish, no fish you really knew in life though. Tiger Lily was one of the first because she would swim with you, like she would be there, just like swim around with you.
Was there any other people that were there with me?
Every so often you think you saw like person or like humans as like you kind of understood them, but they would never stick around in your area.
So, is he telling me this? Are you telling me
So,
this?
it's a lot like back at home at the place I live. I can't pronounce that word.
Anemone?
That.
I assume it's on a coral reef, right?
Yeah.
The anemones are important to fish.
Yeah, she's right. And
Don't touch them, they're poisonous.
not in the other place. They're friendly in the other place.
Well, they might be friendly to you because you have a very special coating that
Oh no, I took her to my house.
Can I determine that they're talking about heaven?
Yeah. Oh, no check needed. Just this is the afterlife.
So in that place, it was a lot like home, but it was very boring because I
Did you find
didn't
your mom?
have any. Oh. I didn't.
See,
I don't even know what my mom looks
Tiger
like.
Lily looks at you.
Good
In a
night.
moment of maturity, you see in her eyes just a slow.
It's okay. I can't find my mom either.
Did you
Okay,
send
well-
Marlon's wife to hell?
Her
Died
soul was
protecting her
traded.
children.
For reasons that
I'm
you don't
sorry,
understand,
Neos.
Nemo, you never saw your mother in this place.
Well, he wouldn't even know because
He wouldn't know.
he wasn't born yet.
It's okay, Nemo. It was just a question because I was curious if maybe you saw my mom.
Oh.
Your mom says hi.
Okay.
Well, she came down to my coral reef, and I was actually really scared at first because I usually think that humans, when they're diving underwater, they just want to take me away, like they've done before. And
It's easy though, because I'm an Azamar and I'm a god.
yeah,
At least technically. You see, she once again looks down at her tattoos. It's weird. I think I'm not supposed to be a god, but I am.
I burned down a temple.
Yes! Sorry, that brings me to what I want to talk about. Chaos.
Yes.
Well, okay, but like ordered chaos.
Yes.
Like a Molotov.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm gonna teach you guys. Wait, no, that's too much. So, sorry, I'm really bad at this whole dream thing that gods are supposed to do.
It's okay. I don't think most of them are really good at it anyway.
Really?
Say that.
I just have a feeling.
That's
I don't-
Honestly, a lot of posturing, a lot of just pretending that you know what you're doing. I think that's what adulting is. But you don't have to be an adult.
It is exactly what you do. You
We
just pretend like you
need
know what
to
you're doing.
pretend like we know what we're doing because you guys are in trouble.
Oh.
So the gods don't have a lot of support right now.
Yeah.
And I just became number one. You see little party hats appear on your heads. Point to little party hats. We are currently the most populated pantheon in the mortal plane.
Woo! What does that mean?
That
You
means
s-
everyone has abandoned the other gods.
There's two.
Well, that just means more for Lily.
you actually hear
Maybe.
3 and 1, 2, 1 and the other.
Lily just, they didn't so much abandon as were murdered. But we've got 3. And you hear music start playing somewhere in the Ethereum. It's Lily just kind of like,
Who's the third one?
oh, Rapunzel. She's the one with the hair.
Oh, I've seen her
She was a
before.
really good friend of mine before her death? Their death.
What?
Lily stops for half a moment, complete silence. The music stops too, and that like, boom. The light dims as she.
What's wrong?
No, it's fine.
Can I
There's-
tell something's off about her?
Yes, you may. Please.
Insight.
Both of you can make me insight checks.
Oh, that one.
Oh,
You are a child.
Nemo.
No,
Oh yeah, I
that's
mean
better.
like she's the music. Oh man, where'd the music go?
She's like this all the
I was
time.
grooving. That was pretty
That's
good
better.
too.
I got a 5. I don't know what I'm adding, but it's probably not gonna help.
You're not sure what's up with this goddess, as she just stops and just. Well, but I'm here now. No, so we're the #1 team on designing Mortal Plane right now. Because Rapunzel, she's the hair, one of my old friends.
Mhm.
We are the current Max Pantheon.
Okay, that is scary.
Should we make some kind of temple for you?
Oh, don't worry. The ship kind of doubles. Thanks a lot, Yushi. Thanks a lot for helping. Whew, wasn't feeling great when that was all going down, but I'm feeling much better now.
That's good. I'm
That's
glad.
good.
That's
Like,
good.
ice
The ship's kind of like my temple right now, so it works enough.
Okay.
Oh, right. So, we're in trouble though because there's a lot of crazy people. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to talk in here because we're apparently not supposed to tell you guys everything because you're supposed to be like mortal heroes. And anyway, Hades is being a wild bastard who really shouldn't.
Don't repeat that word.
I'm gonna ask my dad what that means.
Dad, what's up? So, all we gotta do is make sure we don't keep getting his troops up and take out the bad guys.
So keep burning down all his temples.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm going to reconvert the temple that was the Temple of Zeus. Now it's a Temple of Hades. It's a very beautiful big cathedral that he's taken over that I thought was burned to the ground, but apparently wasn't.
That's you see again stops. Light kind of grows a little more dim. I don't know if you can.
What did he do?
So, temples are holy places. You can't attack things that have been re-sanctified.
It's not
With-
sanctified. Let's be honest here.
It is. Sanctification doesn't mean like, oh, it's like good or pure. It just means it's been set apart.
So what happened to Zeus?
Well, he's there, but Hades has
So
a
how do
lot
we
of friends who
unsanctify?
we can't. So, if you guys do anything to completely unsanctify or ruin that temple,
It's a bad idea.
a little miniature like atom bomb explosion, just like mine was kind of just.
Okay.
It's a big no-no for gods to send their servants to do that.
All right.
It does. Even though we can all hate Hades, we are a hate Hades club. The little hats, I hate Hades, is now on them. We can't do stuff to a temple, but if the temple is yet to be sanctified, we can burn that mother to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd prefer not to burn the thing down. It's a lot of architecture that took years to build, but
Oh yeah, no. So that's why we definitely can't burn that one. It's been officialized. But
the other
If-
ones.
we kill everyone who's in charge. We can do it.
We pull a Hades and
Yeah.
kill all his clerics.
We kill the clerics. Oh my gosh. Oh, you see, she's more looking at this guy. I'm so sorry. Oh, that came out wrong. It's a thing. I wasn't trying to joke about it. It just kind of happened. We good. You guys don't know who she's talking to at all. My bad. No, that wasn't like me. That was just a. Anywho, sorry. I may have just lost a lot of time. I'm allowed to talk. So.
But isn't killing wrong? Can't we convert them to our side?
Oh,
We can,
try.
but you know how there's those really gross old people with the bad juices? Frollo is the juiciest of them all.
Oh, God, throw that there. Oh,
Disgusting.
That's how
Disgusting.
Nemo would
Stop,
understand it.
please.
He's the
He's still
juiciest.
obsessed
No.
with me.
We really need to make sure he can't infect others.
Oh, was Frollo the one that was your bad guy?
Yeah, he's kind of obsessed with me. It's creepy.
Yeah, he's your Darla.
What?
You'll learn when you're older.
You'll understand when you're older.
You'll
What?
understand.
this random bit. But you see, Tiger Lily just. So I don't have a lot of time. It's just that like quick little like update warning of like don't blow up official things, blow up unofficial things, murder bad guys. That's not what we stand for, but that's our mission. Oh, also make sure that like we spread the word. Those that are lost are good in our books. I can't keep doing a cleric thing. I don't have a ton of juice for that. Ooh, not bad juice. Good juice.
Good juice.
Good juice. But so we may not have a ton more of like our cool friend group to join, but
It's
like
an exclusive club.
make sure people know about our group. We're cool. Is that like narcissistic to be like, ooh, make sure people praise me? I guess I'll tell you that. It's a
No, I
plug.
don't think
Plug me.
Well, you're a cool person.
Send them
I
my
mean,
ad.
to meet you.
Yeah, right. I'm cool. I'm
Follow
cool.
her on Instagram.
Yeah. You know. Hashtag Lost Lily at right, like it's just tag you
Can
know
I pull out one of the pamphlets, by the way? Is it with me? In the dream?
yeah, if you imagine it to be so, yeah. It's
I pull out the pamphlet and I like lay it out in front of us. What does it say on it?
give me an insight check real quick.
Dang it! I have to make an insight check on a pamphlet. The heck?
It's not so much insight on the pamphlet as on Tiger Lily right now.
Oh, hey, I actually have a pretty good insight. Hey, solid 10.
Solid 10. That's the you see Tiger Lily looks. She may not be completely proficient in reading.
I'll read it out loud. Thank you. You're welcome. I don't think he can read either.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Cool. If you want to just read,
I just realized out of all the clerics, I'm the only one that can probably read it and write.
as Rapunzel's
I'm
sketchy
the only
at best.
literate one.
You
Rapunzel-
can teach me how to read.
Really try. Rapunzel's getting much better, but
Yeah.
even
Molly
Lily,
teaches me
it's a big old like.
Oh, yeah,
She
like,
can read and write, but it's that like, oh man, being a new creature. Like the old Lily or Lilith could.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Lily is a new being who has to relearn a lot of writing
Oh
and reading.
no!
It's a thing.
Oh dear!
It's an unfortunate thing. But you do see though that in reading through his pamphlet, see Tiger Lily just, yeah. So that's all just honk. Not true. Just I don't know. Tell people that, and you can light them on fire a little bit.
I definitely lit a lot of things on fire today.
Very pleased. Very pleased.
I'm not sure how much fire I can do.
Make it really wet.
Okay.
I want you to drown things. I want you to burn things, and Rapunzel will heal things.
I mean, we can heal too.
One of these
Oh
is not
yeah,
like
you
the
can
others.
all heal. Wait, what's Rapunzel's thing gonna be?
Strangle.
She
Wait.
sings.
Yeah, she's a good singer, but that's not her thing. She can punch things.
Ha!
She'll punch, you burn, you drown. Go team!
Yeah!
As
Yeah!
she raised the hand.
Yeah!
You guys wake up.
Ah!
Uh,
I'm like sat up in bed. I'm like, go team.
5 in a row, you do.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, there's a lot that had to go there. Mike and Barbosa, before we reach Phoebus, you will kind of end what we bring then into Sumani as we know it. But you guys are the kind of last one because you want to do a sending, if that's correct.
Yeah. Because
It's kind of day. It's the third day. There's been a lot of
we're
your
already
research.
The third day.
A
Yikes.
lot of research, a lot of going. Because again, all this is happening.
Oh, do you
There's
want me to roll for the
yes, please. Yes. Before I forget.
intelligence, right?
Yes.
For the.
I'm gonna
Board.
use lucky.
Oh,
Okay.
was I helping him with that?
No, because you're going to be helping Barbosa today with this.
Yeah.
13.
13.
Was
Oh,
that
my
with
database
advantage?
was Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say I would help him because I've already done.
With advantage. You think
Oh,
you
we're
found
already
what could have been the
up.
hex nut and turned it the other way. So, do you say left or right? Left or right?
Oh, sorry, 14.
Right. Nothing exploded.
Let's go.
Mike and Barbosa, how would you like to try the sending? Again, It is more during the day, which of course, unlike spells like Dream, sending's better when people are awake.
Okay. We're sending it to a lady in the bayou by the name of Chiadama. If that doesn't work, maybe Calypso.
Okay.
Now,
What does she look like?
raggedy old sewage, frizzled hair, a mismatched dress of varying patterns, different seashells and memorabilia from ocean sites. Is there any tomes that have stories of the witch Calypso that I could pull out?
Nothing besides what Esmeralda would have already found.
And then it's like, yes.
Can you draw a picture?
It's just a stick
I can
figure.
certainly try.
So stick figure.
Can I try to draw a picture?
Yeah, go for it.
Got it. I feel like this is definitely a secrets from a past life thing, because, like, did I draw something?
But here's what I'm gonna say. Drawing for you, I think, will be a dexterity-based thing.
Got it.
Please do so with disadvantage, as you've never had to draw something from memory before.
Yeah, this
Like,
is
your memories from
definitely-
past life can help with, like, let me, use that innate
use
knowledge
it
of,
all,
like
like
what I
secrets
knew
from past
before I
life.
died.
Come on, let's
But
do this.
yeah, like, you've never done this.
Okay, okay, that is. I rolled a 19.
At disadvantage.
That was a 10 and a 17, and I also through
Oh.
my secrets from a past life. I'm like,
So
I'm
19,
definitely
because
like,
the 10 adding in all that. Yeah, yeah.
would I know this?
Mike, very
Plus
crude
4.
drawing. It's like that really bad, like,
I'm drawing
very
it.
sticky, like, and like, but then lines are drawn outside the stick to like, oh yeah, arms, like,
Screw it, I'm not
enough
sure
of
to
this
do it.
woman, and like, you do know then, like,
Okay.
name, location, kind of that general stuff. It's
Then,
gonna help.
Tell me general information, something kind of special about said being person.
Did you actually? Yeah, but that's
I'm doing more like, hold on, he's like,
and the
mismatched
hair kind of
pattern.
frizz, but it's
Most
dreaded.
likely seashells or pearls, varying garments. Right.
Person,
Yes.
tell me about them. Who are
Well,
they? What?
She's a lady of mystery, rather likes to keep to herself and collect memorabilia and view things from afar.
Something unique, specifically to her.
Her mouth is always black, like the inside. And, like, I don't know if she has like a vegetable juice she drinks that constantly gargles whenever.
That's
speaking.
actually the best. I don't know if it's a veggie or a drink. Like she.
Fun fact: that actually is what she did for filming it. She got a
nastiest
veggie drink and
liquid
kept
and
it
just
inside.
constant like
Gross.
wet black mouth.
Always has a black.
That
That is something no one else in the planes of existence could possibly have.
All right.
Cool. What would the sending like to be? Again, you have 25 words.
Okay, I'm gonna want to think this through hard.
Oh yeah, and I'll quickly make the. It will succeed. Yeah. There's like a very very low chance since you don't know her yet personally. It'll pass. It's always the funnest thing when you're like, wait.
No, that's more. Yeah. Yeah, this might.
Here, I will
Take
say
a hot
since you already
second,
have
so
the,
yeah.
this stuff, go ahead and write it. Phoebus and Esmeralda. Or so,
Yes.
as again on this third day, starting to fly in. Night's approaching. You'll hit Sumani about that 8 o'clock evening. What would you like to be doing? Because you want to have that little role play again. And I'll say, Mike and Barbosa, you could be on the deck of the ship. Most people are in that, like, hey, we're approaching now our target.
Did Marlon get anything from Jack? You could text me.
I will be messaging you.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna just go find, like, he's probably in the room being a nerd. And be like, "Look."
Yeah. Actually, I will say you open the door. Phoebus, you have drawn one of Bill's old, like, enchantment circles. Doesn't do much, especially, like, there's no way to really get this, like, in a fight.
Yeah.
But when you're studying, it helps because it kind of, like, slows time, gives you that peace. You see again, here's actually a really fun question for you, Phoebus. What would be your arcane color?
Gold.
Gold.
A golden like sunlight.
And you wanna know a
It's
fun
same
fact?
God.
Bell's dress.
Until Belle's became more bluish with the Oracle, there's an innate blue fire with the Oracle. That was some of hers too. I love this. This golden light, again, very sparkly, dapple. Esmeralda, you see the swirling shapes around Phoebus again, spells coming off the hand. Like a book is like propped up with one hand, another is kind of floating arcanely with like maybe that like mage hand kind of like bringing. You enter into this cabin and see Phoebus is just in this meditative state. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna slam my hand down on the floor next to him.
Oh my goodness. Hello there.
You.
Me.
I need to talk to you.
Our numbers
You
work.
can speak. Are you asking me for
You can say
permission?
the word.
No.
You've never asked for that before.
I'm trying to think
No.
of how to shorten this down. I'm already at 12.
I'm not going to exactly take his word because it makes a little iffy sometimes. However,
Is this about the thing with Basilia?
yes.
Yes, it did happen.
Why?
Because I'm lost. Because I have no direction, no purpose, I have no idea where I'm going. The only thing in my mind is to kill, or I guess re-kill, Frollo, so he is out of our life for good.
Okay. He's in Sumani,
I know. That's where we're going.
and he has got quite the following now. It's going to be a lot harder. At least that's what Lily says.
That's why I'm preparing.
She's kind of just staring at you. Why this though?
Why what? The circle?
All of it. Why choose this one?
Well, frankly, the easy answer is all the clerics got murdered,
No.
and I didn't want to necessarily put a target on my back. And also, most of the paladins I know, while being lawful, amazing, wonderful men, tend to have sticks up their rear ends. This is something I could do without changing who I am, without following another being's rules.
Cool. She's gonna punch you in the arm.
Ow.
Can I roll for damage?
You don't roll with an arm strike.
Yeah, it just deals one.
One.
Plus strength.
It's and at a base tier you can only ever do one, so it does 1 point in damage. I'll just say.
Okay.
If you
Sweet. You could be my guinea pig for half a second.
What now?
And she's gonna slap her hand on you and she's gonna cast Cure Wounds to see if it actually works.
So I took 1 damage.
And then Cure Wounds is gonna heal it back.
He'll be perfectly
Even
fine.
at the base, yeah. What already was like a bruise forming Phoebus, you see again, like off of your like kind of t-shirt. Because again, you're not in armor. This is like your downtime as you're flying. The bruise immediately seems to fade and dissipate away, just healing underneath the skin.
So it does work.
Yes. Also, you didn't hit that hard.
Oh.
Put a little more force behind it
I
next time.
stab him in the arm now.
Oh my gosh!
I'll just say, since it's this like horrifying, you're both like okay with it. You're both like willing creatures. Sure, you go in. I'll say it deals. Dear Lord, to just 3 points of damage. But there's now like a knife in your arm, Phoebus.
Is that harder?
That was a little harder, yes.
Great.
You
I
should
will-
pick up.
I will pull just some gauze out from my side pouch and be like, hold still. I'll pull it out, slap it against his arm, and as I'm
Ow.
holding it there, I will use Healing Word.
Healing
this
word.
time.
Are we?
Sorry.
Where is everybody?
This is
right now?
in the camp. Most people are on deck again. Like you're coming up on Sumani. Like you should be seeing it in the next few minutes.
Yeah,
Is the
but
thought.
then I use Healing
This is
Word
happening
and
just
you
inside
can
because it's that like before they get there. Phoebus is doing some of this last spell prep, and Esmeralda want to check out some stuff.
Yeah, Healing Word. That's 2d4 plus 1, so.
Yeah, even on the base, Phoebus, that will completely heal you again.
Yeah, that's 6.
Hey August.
Yeah.
Dear Daddy DM. I have lay on hands. Also fast hands. Can I lay on hands as a bonus action?
Let me think about that for half a second.
Okay.
Esmeralda and Phoebus, how are you finishing this off?
This
So-
actually makes Paladin really good.
That also works. There's no,
You have to
Yes,
multi-class with paladin for
that'll be
everything.
useful.
I know.
Better than
You have to be a thief.
battlefield.
I know, but a
medicine.
sneak attack.
And once
in
again,
combination
darling,
with
I
a
feel
smite?
more useless just on pure bias of how amazing you are.
Road paladins always.
You. I'm not a paladin.
He's a
By the way, I did become a cleric, so not all of them are dead.
I can see that.
Tell me when you guys come out.
Anyways, if you need to learn more spells, I'll pull out Lily's book and I'll be like, I can always ask.
Alright. I'm not sure if those are in my ability to comprehend, depending on the depictions that are written down and the resources necessary and the diagrams needed to complete
Okay,
a
you're a
spell.
nerd.
One
I'll
of the
walk away.
yeah, one of the
I'll give him
spells
a kiss
says
on the
blow
cheek and
3
then I'll walk away.
raspberries and like flick a coin at an acorn, and it's like, well, what does that mean for a wizard? This is
Yeah.
very
So
clerical
she'll
based
just
and
lean
weird.
down and go,
Okay.
and then
I
walk
don't
away.
As you guys are all starting to come out, you know, you see Esmeralda walks out of the cabin. Right now, again, the ship was just kind of put on a base fly towards the city. The heading
I
is
know, I
set.
did not. I'm studying.
It's something that, like, thankfully, you guys,
Can I actually take a long rest to get those spell slots back?
not yet, because you guys are flying into Sumani. As you are all watching,
No one die.
the night air whips by, that wonderful cool of just like wind through like the hair across the scalp through the waters. It feels intense.
Oh, hi, how's it
Hello,
going?
There we go.
I was just so awkward.
Yeah, that was
Just
okay,
just
y'all
write
get
it
off
get
that.
off my rib cage.
Just write the thing to Adam on the board.
Yeah, no, like
Oh, hey.
anything if you want to send to other groups can
What
just
did-
go on the board.
Can you what did he say again?
Something the Jim would say. Hey,
Here we go.
Nemo has a message.
Oh, yeah.
He has message, not sending.
Message not
Not
sending.
sending.
No, yeah,
Oh,
Nemo
yeah.
has sending
Oh,
now.
yeah, that's not
Oh
right.
yeah, I want to pull Nemo aside and be like, can we send a message to like Rapunzel and just let her know the plan? Literally just
What did
repeat what
Adam
Lily
say to me
said.
last time?
I burn stuff, you drown stuff, and she punches things.
Tell you in just a second. Here's what you guys see coming up on the city. You see that the night sky again, wonderful like pale yellow and white reflected off of so many buildings, high rises coming in as you guys are coming in from the north. So you see again immediately one of the biggest things marking the city is Notre Dame.
So pretty.
The cathedral, again, the lights and colors, all very new. But what's most impressive right now, of course, is this building. While normal, like again, Esmeralda and Phoebus, you know Notre Dame. Whereas the building's exterior now looks very similar to what it was. The stained glass has started shifting and shaping into a new form. You see, instead of the classic lightning bolt, a ornate silver skull pane window. You see the windows across all images of like funerals of angelic heavens, not the traditional just like stained glass of heroes or people of Sumani's past.
Esmeralda's just digging her nails into the wood. Just
Is there any
scraping.
chance
Yes.
that Mike could just be like, "Hey buddies, can we pull up right next to this window real quick?" And then just pees off the side onto the window.
What?
Does Mike
All of you see it again. Where's it coming from? But yeah, just a stream hits the window. I'll say for sure.
Wait,
And then just like goes back. Okay, let's go.
Alright,
but
we're
before
good.
that, I have the message, the sending spell figured
I
out
feel like there's not a lot.
and what to say.
Ooh, there we go. You got the same spell figured out.
Yeah.
We will get to that in just a moment. Let me just.
Oh no!
Just the whole
Well,
thing.
borrow
Stupid
the phone.
Hades.
Sumani City,
Your boss is my
of
boss.
course,
boss
stretch
is
out. This is a large metropolis. The persons and people here driving in horse-drawn carriage, as well as new automobile and newer styles of transportation.
Would you look at that?
You see, though, some of the key features, of course, city does spread. Like, once you get compact enough, you have a lot towards the the west of the city. The high-rise buildings, the places where people like Skinner would work, like offices, factories, stuff like that, as well as the big, major, more newer additions to the city, the things like the Embassy of the Chambers of the Council Princess, as well as the Sumani Public Library, this big initiative put by Snow White to have a free access and public knowledge in the city. When you start getting more towards the east of the city, you will start getting lower rise buildings for like hotels, houses, visiting dignitaries, other like meetings, heads of state, places you can rent out, inns, as well as you have like kind of in the crook of the bay, the merchants and markets guilds. You will see the shipyards. Again, Sumani's a huge exporting nation. They take a lot of this tech, ship it out, bring a lot of goods in, as well as there is an official, one of the first in the world, like an official graveyard, this very holy site towards the very far east, kind of when you start getting up towards the cliffs, as well as some of the other, like, what is known as the Boardwalk of Heroes. Supers are huge in Sumani. It's the latest, like, past couple decades craze of, like, hey, supers, you know, vigilantes not really associated with law enforcement, but law enforcement has kind of grown to, like, understand, like, hey, you guys are pretty good. As long as you don't break laws, we're not going to do anything.
Batman,
So wait,
I was gonna say Spider-Man. There's a J.
did
Jonah
the Parr
Jameson
family
figure.
originally live in Sumani?
Not sure of any Parr family. You do know, though, the biggest here right now, again, what has made supers a big thing is Mr. Incredible has been the hero of Sumani. It's this big title he's gained. The dude is absolutely flooring it politically. Everyone loves him. He's taken the old armies of Hyena, Skeleton, and like made them into a people's army. You know, these classic, like what you'd think is evil, and said, these are now the good guys. These are now the people you can look to and feel protected by. And each of them have gained like the eye, you know, that incredible logo that he has given new life and meaning to these persons. As you are all entering in, what you see first and foremost is in the city, there are not a ton of places to park a flying ship unless you were to go outside. Like, if you were to find, like, maybe a high-rise building, you could totally park above it, but it's then, like, how do you get down? Because this city's very packed. Like, the ship actually can't perfectly go in between the buildings, as it's just so packed into this small space.
Is there a way we could park on the dock as, like, on water?
Yes, you could.
I was gonna
That's
say
just
the
like,
front of
you know...
the graveyard where the entrance to the, what do you call it? Where all the gypsies would be a good place, but...
Yes. The
What if we-
court would be found there. Yes,
Yes.
Gustav.
I'm seeing a stadium or coliseum.
This is... Yeah,
Are
so
we important enough that if we were to cruise in and park our ship in it, we wouldn't get
So
towed?
how do you tell a magic ship?
We're
Is
not
this
that
like-
famous yet.
Visible from
We can just park
the
it above.
outside, so we can park
That's fair,
anywhere above and then just drop down. So
You could just drop down,
there
yeah.
was a high-rise building that had a roof access. We could just
Like Skinner's
like
office.
Skinner's office.
We just
I
park.
say we
over
take care of
Skinner.
your problem first, seeing as the other big problem gesturing towards the cathedral.
All of
might
you
take
look...
a little more build up.
I understand that it's not the priority as far as
No, I want
No, like that
I
we
wanna
need to
snack.
work hard. for.
no. I'm saying
Yeah.
like mine is less important, so
Hence
we
why
can
we
just
do
knock
it
it
first.
out.
Everybody's issues is their issues.
Do I need to
It
be
only
on here?
becomes less important when you compare them to
I
others.
don't think you're
But
in
when
is
you're working with
necessary.
others,
Yeah.
you must learn
Zip.
to work with each
Uh,
other's issues.
Where's the
Wait,
zip
what-
sound coming
yeah,
from?
I was like, is
feel like
Mike
you're
wearing
calling me out.
pants?
You thought it was a skit?
okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yikes.
No, we're not going to unpack all that.
Hey,
Yeah,
That
if,
is a
if,
good
if
I have
it's
an
okay,
over about
I would
fine,
love
but-
to just
That's
cruise in
more
right
than-
above
but still.
Skinner, because I'm assuming his office would be like the top floor. Like, he's living the height of luxury. He has like glass walls. Like, I
You
would
guys
assume.
go ahead. It is... You already got the info you needed. But go ahead, Phoebus, with piloting. Give me a... This is going to be a nautical check.
Want me
so
to
it's-
help?
intelligence based. You can give, if you get high enough on your help action, it will offer the advantage.
Got it. I'm gonna.
Am I proficient in this?
I was
No.
gonna ask the same thing.
Proficiency in ships takes a little bit of time.
Okay.
Barbosa, you are actually the only one who is proficient currently out of all
So
the
can I
party.
help him do it?
So are we just...
I have water vehicle proficiencies.
Wait, why?
But we can just say I don't
How?
for the purpose.
You
I've
have-
lived a full life.
He is rich. He got it. He
was
has
a
his
rich
own
guy.
He has a yacht.
He probably had a sailboat
I
or something.
traveled so I could cook. I didn't
yes,
just have a
I
super
know. Holy crap. I will say this, both of you give me then this check to help Phoebus.
Okay, cool.
Phoebus, as soon as you walk out of your room, I say,
Yes.
"Hey, Phoebus," and I punch you in the arm.
Ah,
The
Why
arm
is
that was
that
just
the arm?
stabbed.
And I'm not wearing my armor right now. I'm just in a shirt.
17.
Yeah, like, I'm just living my life.
And then I lay on
Dirty
hands
20.
for 2.
14.
30, 20, 14.
For how much damage?
Won't
did you do?
offer
2.
disadvantage, and
And
with the
then
20,
you-
it will
Thank you,
offer
Yeah.
keen
advantage.
mind. That's the only reason I got.
I will say yes,
Wait, but-
Phoebus,
but
you have
why?
advantage on
Okay,
your.
this is the one to
Well,
Yes.
everyone is aggressively hitting on me and then making up for it.
I'm
I
throwing
walk
that
up-
in the list.
I slap you on the shoulder. Good luck, Phoebus,
Gotcha,
but it
gotcha.
just doesn't even hurt you because I'm just cardboard.
It just
We
feels
need to
like
get
a
you some
pet.
sort of lacquer, like we put on wood.
I
That
throw
way
it
you will
back
water
over here.
it.
Oh, yes. I just need to read.
Bad idea.
Yeah, let's laminate him.
And then I will make
I
certain
am
with advantage.
3D.
Yes, with advantage. As two ships, they're better than one. Two heads are better than
So an
one.
intelligence check though.
Yes, it's
Okay,
intelligence.
16.
16 beats the
This
DC.
was said by.
Coming in to give you all the exact locale.
So,
Skinner's office is located not too far away from the cathedral. You actually see that he is this second row over, going eastward, and right on the corner. This is one of those corner buildings of like the major roadways.
Corner office. That's
And
just what he wants.
This spiral building, you also all can immediately find it, even if you didn't have already that nat 20 of like, I know exactly where to go, Gusto. There is plastered in beautiful curling red letters, Chefs Incorporate.
What's the ramming capability? of that? And if I were to cast enlarge on it, would it double that?
Gusto,
No.
Gusto,
Yes, sir.
we have cannons. Do,
It
I
is.
like the ramming.
Take it from a sailor. Rabbing is not your best option. It'll cause more
This is
harm.
not a
It's
great
a-
ship for one, and for two, there are other people who
The
are
ship's
not
a
guilty
construct.
in that building.
I've
The ship
literally
It's top
assassinated
floor. I
people.
know which bit. I know what part
enlarge
is-
reduce doesn't actually work because the ship is a construct, not an object.
Oh,
Dang
okay,
it.
that's fair. Yeah.
It-
If I
You could do
cast
it to a cannon.
thaumaturgy onto Gusto, could we shoot him out of the cannon like we did me?
We shoot Gusto out of the
Wait,
cannon
no.
into the office.
We wrapped me around a cannonball.
Wait a minute. Can I roll a perception?
Sorry, this
Is
zero-
Chef Skinner even in his office right now?
can we see?
Oh,
Yes,
that
go
would-
ahead, roll me
that would
perception.
be helpful.
Even in the office.
Before you just commit
Barbo said
terrorism.
That's a good call.
Just like
Hey, Barbosa's like, let's see if the dude's there before we try to
17.
perception.
19.
Anyone can 19.
we
24, and I haven't
24.
added anything yet.
15.
24. You didn't add anything.
That's
Yeah.
impossible.
That's.
I used my last memories from past life, and it was.
Oh, Memories of Past Life could not help you though. This is
Oh,
current
what?
knowledge.
It's
Cool.
And it's perception. It's
Yeah,
just to
this
see
is
me
a
jump.
perception.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry, yeah.
17.
I should have let you. You guys are all immediately though passing the group checks that I've set. As you see this building, high-rise office again, the building becomes like circular, sweeping. So the entire top floor is this round glass, like short-rise cylinder, if that makes sense, of just like you can see 360 degrees inside. In it, in the very center, seems to be some sort of elevator and stairway, someplace people can get out. And you see off to the north side, facing out northward. So, like, you could kind of see, like, if you were looking towards the west, you would see the cathedral. Towards the east, you would see the stadium. Outwards, you see just, like, the beautiful landscape, right? Not looking towards the ocean, but instead the land. Is a beautiful ornate desk, and you see a very small man sitting there late at night writing some things
Rest
on a
in peace,
paper.
Ian Holm.
Next to him is a large creature.
Very hairy and blue.
Bat-like
A rat.
wings leathery skin, blue with red hair pulled back in this almost like mane of hair. This large gargoylean woman is standing next as the sun has just set.
I freaking used to love that show.
As you see a female woman, female humanoid, gargoylean, like again, features of like horns and like pointed teeth, glowing eyes sitting there.
If we can get Skinner within 5 feet of the window and 30 feet of me, I can push him out the window.
You see though, here's what I will say. As you guys are acting, this is, and then fishing up, Skinner has written something down and handed a piece of what you could assume like paper, some sort of like rectangular thing. You're not entirely sure what's on it. Handed it to this woman.
Let her take it.
You see, as she takes it, she pulls out of like a small side satchel a glowing blue orb, nods, and you watch as teleports away, leaving the man alone.
Could I make a
The orb of
history
capitalism.
check on that?
Anyone can make me a history check, please. I will say though that it's going to be very difficult for anything.
Come on, solid
Oh.
8.
22, 8,
History?
15.
15. History.
20.
20,
13.
13.
What did you get?
22. Said very difficult DCs.
Intelligence is now bigger.
23.
23. None of you know what that orb
Perfect.
was.
Okay.
Wait, what about Nemo?
Um,
Sam and I know.
Nemo alone.
Sam and I
Nemo.
know.
Wait, are you?
Can I roll a
In the other
different
place.
history check for the gargoyle?
Oh,
Yes, you may.
I did that wrong. I did Nemo's check. Nemo's check was 22.
Okay.
Marlin's check. No, it was 21. Marlin's check is
It's the weird creature.
yeah.
It's like
They're both
she
20
was higher
to
than us.
23ish. Yeah.
At this, all of you are seeing it's like some sort of arcane orb this creature just pulled out while taking this paper, and has since disappeared.
Should we leave him a phone call?
Why?
Well,
If we
You see,
float
this man
snow
has
out
like
the
some
window-
kind of leaned back in the chair,
far-
hand running through the like 3 strands of hair atop his head, just like kind of like.
How far away vertically are we from his office area?
Vertically, to give you the exact dimensions from where you could like reasonably see this, you are about 150 feet at a 30-degree angle upwards.
Wait.
Again, you
I
are
can use
north.
math.
So like the reason you see this is you are seeing like this. You can't see like pure facial expressions. It's kind of hard, but it's like you came in from the north anyway and can see like directly in like his office.
I have an idea.
Wait.
Give me 10 minutes.
I
Well-
also have.
I can summon Phil,
saying I won't
have Phil summoned in the office, have Phil bring said man to a window where you can stare him down, and then we can push him out.
I can
I
just
feel like that's
open.
not.
No, that's not justice enough.
Are we
I
going
wanna
to be
cast
murdering
Here's what
the
I would
corporate of the place?
ask.
This is
Yes,
the important
Gusto
Yes.
can ask. Yes.
I need you guys to go around the back, and then I jump off the edge and
I
cast Featherfall on myself, so I'm floating slowly into his line of.
I was like, I have a dimension door.
No, I don't want to just teleport in. I want him to see me descending from the heavens.
Yeah. Slow. Just
You still want a thaumaturgy?
No, I
That's
don't.
too loud.
all of you see as this like that paper in the wind.
Yeah, and I did say before I jump, like, take the ship around back, so he's looking at me as you guys.
And again, because again, you kind of appear out of nowhere, jumping out of the invisibility range.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
Does
gonna
he
make a
see-
before we
perception.
kill him,
I'm gonna laugh so hard if he just
Uh,
doesn't see me.
The dude you see again sitting there looking out his window, kind of squints, stands up. You see he walks kind of towards the glass, about 10 feet away, just because it's that very natural, like, what the heck?
Hey
As you start floating,
Hey yo!
Phoebus, you can take the ship completely around
Okay.
to the back.
We do.
So as I'm coming down, would he be able to hear me or?
You're not sure how well he can hear. He's starting to see you because, again, most of this interest is peaked of,
Mm-hmm.
is that one of my cardboard cutouts? Like from a store?
As I
There's
get
no
closer,
wind.
I'm just gonna wait
no
until until
Inside.
I'm close enough to him. I don't want to shout. I don't want to be like loud or anything. I just want to wait until I land like outside the glass from him, and then just look at him. Be like, Skinner, can you hear me? Because I don't know if the glass is,
Blinks.
Can you hear me?
I'm gonna use a spell slot to cast Phil inside, so Phil is now in
Yeah.
there.
He does have that paint.
What's the actual fuck?
You worked with me for a long time. I respected you. You were the only logical choice for me to pass my restaurant to.
August? No, what?
DM,
You see, yes.
what's the question? Does the
Yeah.
window open?
You're not sure yet.
Okay.
You want to have Phil check it
I
out?
want to have Phil check that.
Make an investigation check. But you see, what? Have I drunk too much? Too much magic? No. You're a
23.
strange creature. The window has mechanisms, but nothing that looks like slide ability right now.
I'm gonna. So, do I get the feeling that he can hear me at this point? or
Yes. See,
no? Okay, perfect. I just wanted to know if I needed to do something drastic.
is this? I'm drunk. No, I have not had much to drink today. I mean, the party a few days ago was quite extreme. Maybe lingering effects.
Skinner, why did you sell the restaurant and turn me into this?
No.
Anyone can cook,
No.
but this is not food.
I was promised it would kill you.
This is.
I knew it!
You were supposed to just pass asleep. It will be simple. You lived a good life. No, this is a trick. This is a test from the god Hades. Of course, I see what is going on now. Very clever, but I am on your team.
Kill this bitch.
I just internalize that and keep. Have you had the freezer food that you've produced? Have you eaten it?
What are you talking about? This is a strange test. He's gonna make an insight check. Oh, what are you?
Answer the question. Have you eaten the bastardization of my recipes? Of my life?
You're Augusto. You are a cardboard cutout of my old head chef. You are.
No, Skinner. It's me. And I'm gonna take my frying pan and just smash the glass.
Smash the glass. Everybody roll initiative.
Wait, could we get that sending in before?
I knew
Yeah,
it!
for you, yes, this is
Yeah.
going on before.
Dang it!
I have
That sucks so much. I rolled a 4.
It's worse for me.
It's
I
worse.
rolled a
It's so much
2.
worse. Here we go. Initiative is just triggered.
Also, before we get into the battle, can I roll a perception check to see what else is in just structure? There's like the
It's
desk.
something
There's
that can definitely be a free check too on your turn. Of just that,
Okay,
like, I
yeah.
want to
I'll
quick.
just do that on my turn at the bottom of initiative.
Here we go. We're gonna start the counter. Starting just in the thing gives me. Gusto, what did you get?
I rolled a 4.
Phoebus,
16.
Esmeralda,
5.
Barbosa.
14, and would that sending thing be like a before we
Yes,
arrive in the
before
city?
Marlin.
18, and Nemo got
18.
13.
And Nemo got that 13. Mike Wazowski. 12.
Yeah, sure.
Nick
whatever.
Wilde.
12.
12. Sully.
And Jack?
And Jack?
10.
As
We
well.
just need Mr. Incredible. We
Jack.
got all of
Hey, what
Disney
about-
Infinity.
What about Terry?
And Terry rolls
And Jack?
a 3.
No, wait, Jack
Yeah.
acts after
Terry
mine.
is going
My
last.
monkey.
Woohoo, Terry!
I bring my monkey with me.
We named the monkey Jack.
Monkey's the only one we feed the frozen food to.
Monkey.
As yes, the crack in the window. Fun fact: that will be something that will be like a free surprise action on your. Actually, no, we got to resolve that now because that's what starts the initiative. Please go ahead and roll me to hit the window. This has an armor class. It's got like points of how to
Pulls
break
out a
it.
frying
Okay, let me.
Frying pans. Who knew, right?
I'll turn my frying pan into a drying pan.
I did not update because there's actual frying pan mechanics that you
Yes, there
created.
is.
Is there a plus to hit?
Wait a minute.
I
Is
currently have a great club that's just
that
reset.
is casting on fire?
Right now, your frying pan is a
Is this frying pan
1d8.
is
It's
casting
just going to be
focus?
your strength or
And it
dex.
gets
Frying
to
pans
use
are
spell.
finesse weapon.
You can now cast iron.
Well,
Rapunzel.
What a great
It's either a
sentence.
-3 or 0, so it's just a flat roll, and that's a nat 1.
As
Does
boom,
it?
you teacher, I'm going to need just a quick dex save.
That's called a wolf.
As you try
That
to
was a
break the
war
guy,
tribe,
all of
no
you watch,
excuses.
huh,
It's a
dong,
fucking
and
sound.
like the natural weight of the frying pan
+2.
bludgeon. This is reinforced glass, because if a bird hits it, you don't want the glass shattering.
It's a 7.
It's a 7.
Do I hit it and just fall backwards?
You are about to
Still got
start
another
slowly
I'm just
floating.
not even part
You
of the
can make
battle.
on your turn. It's going to be a dex save just to grab and pull yourself back up. But as of right now, you're. The feather falling is what's keeping you from just dropping right now. Because you cast feather falling, which was really smart. You're like you accidentally bung and just like kind of fell off. A dex save at the beginning of your turn will get you back onto the ledge and you can pull yourself
I
back
can,
up.
I can get you inside.
Yeah, there's other
I'm
stuff.
the last person to go anyways, so
This is-
do what you will.
No,
Hold on.
Terry technically rolled worse than you.
Oh.
He has plus nothing and he got a 3.
Oh,
There.
there.
Did you want that?
Marlon,
Terry.
yes, if you can just give me, or here,
It's
write down your
Down.
sending, and I'll put it in the stack. Just that. So
This also has an open-ended expectant response. So let's get this
Marlon,
done.
All right, am I first?
you are first in the
All
order.
right. So, am I in the building at this point?
Right now you are all behind, so the glass is still up, because you guys all just watched.
Me
A full-
fail miserably.
Boom! Goes over the side. And so there is that immediate panic of, oh no! Where'd he go? But it's your turn, because you see Skinner. Skinner has just reached into his pocket and pulled out a gun. Again, for the rich and elite, he's got a personal sidearm.
He
and
is not the only one.
pointing it at the window, because he is like, oh my gosh, what just happened? He's not
I
looking at you
love
guys
that
again.
this
You are
ship
full and
is
invisible. What would
Okay,
you like to
so-
do?
Packing.
I have a question. Does Kuotoa Madness reach through glass?
It does.
It does.
Nah, right.
does.
I was gonna try diplomacy first with Angie.
Nah. I'm going
I
to
can use my
I'm
form
gonna
of trap
do
and
my-
walk into the
You guys
moonlight
saw
because
me-
it's
Also,
actually
we know he's
nighttime.
working with Hades now.
You
so-
know,
Yeah, exactly.
We'll do that on
So
top
all
of
bets
Kuotoa
are off.
Madness.
He is no longer protected by the law under Phoebus' mind.
I'm gonna do my Kuotoa Madness on him just to make him more insane from what he's seeing. For
Gosh,
his hallucinations.
this dude. You cast that. Kuto Madness is just gonna make. That sucks for him. What's his save again?
15.
He succeeds. So you see, all ready to go. Magic is hitting his mind as he's starting to look around. So while it doesn't affect, he is now very paranoid, just like what's going on. Because again, to his mind, was attacked by a cardboard cutout of his old boss, who he may have killed, and suddenly disappeared. And it's just like, what?
Okay, then I'm going to attempt to shatter the glass that we're at with a magic stone attack.
Ooh, go for it.
Plus 5. Hey, that's a 24.
24 succeeds. Go ahead and roll damage. I will let you know there is, in fact, a damage threshold on this glass.
Alright, so it's 1d6 plus 2, which is probably not enough, but 4 damage.
The rock flings and hits. It hits the window like a crack appears, but does not break the glass.
But he doesn't know what's happening.
Skinner turns, sees a crack in the window, does not see you guys. You've yet to leave the ship, and so it's just that, turns back, nothing.
See
Magic
anything,
stone says
Skinner?
1 to 3 pebbles. Could I do multiple?
But you've already taken the attack
you're
action,
right.
is what I'm going to say.
You make
I
1 to
make-
3 magic.
Yeah, you're right.
Here we go. Marla, I think that's your turn unless you want to, like, move off the ship, but that would reveal you right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, with Skinner looking.
Well, I'm gonna move toward
the gun.
Nemo. Try to protect him.
Gotcha. So going over, because Nemo is more, like, closer Esmeralda currently.
If
I
So
like to imagine he's just
Phoebus
walking
with
between my legs.
Barbosa on deck, yes.
All right.
oh,
move
if
along.
I
I'm
wanted
trying
to
to save my
yell
son.
at kind of
Ah.
people to just like like,
She, like,
yell
covers-
something,
Oh yeah.
would I be able to? Just...
Oh yeah, on your turn, just like talking. You guys are all within like a current like hearing, seeing range, so that's like
Yeah.
free stuff on your turn for sure.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I would like to telepathically tell Phil to turn off the lights.
Can someone please hand me my phone?
Because I did want to get Phoebus to do something while he was.
Oh, he's rolling dice.
Oh yes. What would
Like,
you
if I
want to tell
wanted to-
Phoebus? Like,
So I want him to bring the ship back around.
use your like in part of your turn to instead move the ship around.
Because I want to cast or basically I just yell at you, bring it back around, I'll cast a dimension door and we can just jump through. That'll also get him in, kind of a thing.
Dimension door, I think, only gets 2 creatures.
Two
Is it
creatures.
two
It would be
Two willing
you
creatures, so it'd
and
be you and him.
you and him. If you were to like go over, grab him and dimension door in, that would work for you and Gusteau. For anyone else, it's grab someone on the ship, and without even moving the ship, you can go. But yes, it's you would need
Okay.
Phoebus to move the ship around so you could get off.
Oh, Phoebus is leaving the ship to get on.
Or I might just cast it so that you just float your way.
That would actually be so dope if it rebounded and I fall over backwards off the building and then I'm inside.
That good
I mean,
lord,
obviously
actually.
that's not happening yet, but that would be
Yeah,
dope
okay.
as hell.
That
Actually,
yeah, because you within 500, you just gotta see it. And so, oh no, you teleport yourself though. You would have to be
Go.
with him. You'd have to try to get there, yeah. So would you like though your invisible servant then Phoebus instead to try to find the lights to turn them off?
Yes, I would like Phil to turn on the lights.
You feel again. Skinner starts like looking around wildly. You could assume he's like hearing something inside. As you see, the lights go dark.
Have you tried the food, Skinner?
Tried the
fighting
gray
at this
stuff.
point?
It's delicious.
He's getting scared.
see.
He's pretty scared.
We can dance.
Phoebus,
I would then use my bonus action. I would like to cast Ray of Frost on the window next to us.
ooh, gotcha.
Hold on. Could that? I just-
Cool.
I just- that
It's at
perfectly
5th level,
goes
so it's
in with
going to
my
deal
plan.
2d8. So make a ranged spell attack.
And you are next.
That's an 11
Yes.
to hit.
An 11 does not hit, unfortunately. As
no.
the frost, like, it starts to creep on the grass, but
Yeah.
the glass,
Welcome back
again,
to
was
playing
not
Captain
naturally
Phoebus, ladies and
cold. It
gentlemen.
just kind of dissipates as it tries to freeze it.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Barbosa, that's you. Nemo, you're on deck.
Sweet.
Yeah.
My plan right now is to, again, jump off the ship into the building with all my action, do my best to get in there, and
Ooh,
then
using an attack to use your body to break the glass.
yeah.
Gotcha. It might be easier, but at the cost of maybe damage, though.
Well, that'll be negated
He's a
with
beefy
what I do
boy.
next.
Go ahead, make me a attack action as you. It's not hard from where you guys are to jump and just kind of try to body the glass.
Okay. Could I?
You've already rolled. I gotta know what
I
you got
know.
there.
I know, but I'm thinking instead of doing that this turn.
Oh, guess what?
Again,
no.
Bonus actions for action surge.
You guys locked up Facilier. You
Yeah.
roll, it's happening. What
I
you
agree.
get
It
with
was
your
a 6
You
plus
guys
7.
locked up
But I have a
Wow.
question. I have a question.
deck saving throw?
I have a question.
Yes.
2 action surges, please, for bonus action.
Yes, but deck saving throw. As
Sweet.
initially, you guys watched part was 2,
Good.
boom.
You said yes?
Wait, action
Could-
surges, you get another action?
I
asked
Action
you
surge,
bonus
another
action.
As a bonus action, no. So action surge
Ah,
just gives
so-
you another action.
So many bonus action abilities. Why do I have them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you
Uh,
build the character.
Nothing.
I mean, that's
Okay.
deck
that.
saving throw first, though, as
Sorry.
you're about to fall.
Please, I have good decks.
You have, oh yeah, you have great decks.
21.
Yes. Barbosa.
This completely kills the vibe, but I can
You-
still pick it up.
Skinner flings around. He's got disadvantage because there's no lights on. So no, you don't think he saw you.
Yeah.
Just again another loud.
I wanted him to see me crash through. So,
It sounds terrifying. Of again, you're flicking around suddenly. Another noise on the window. But what you guys see is Barbosa now just hanging on Barbosa, it would take the rest of your movement to pull yourself up back onto the glass. Because again, movement to run and jump, the rest of your movement to get back on. But you are hanging.
Then I'm gonna use the rest of my movement fully get there. Could I action surge to fully get in?
To crash through?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Go
just-
ahead. Standing there now, roll me an attack as you just bonk.
No! That's worse than before!
This is karma from all your nat 20.
Yes.
I
this is
know!
4 nat 20s
Please,
in a row.
can they apply this, please?
No. What was your attack?
3 plus 7.
Suddenly.
Could I wait before that? My main thing, form of dread. Moonlight is out, so this skeletal figure is banging on the door.
So yeah, suddenly looks up, bang, looks, there's nothing. Bang, looks again, suddenly there's a skeleton. Oh, this is horror movie shit. Like, this is terrifying for the DC.
That's
But you're
so
not getting
scary.
into
I'm
the
turning
building.
the failure into a
So
success. I don't
scary.
care. I'm gonna get it as a
This
skeleton. or
skeleton
not.
just clawing at the glass.
Oh my, this is the
Nemo,
worst
that's you,
nightmare
Mike, you're
of
on deck.
anybody.
Good lord.
The person you kill is
Boom,
banging on your
flames
window.
up.
And that was
Boom,
a pirate
boom,
skeleton.
boom,
jump
nonetheless.
scared him.
Each of the glass windows are banging in different orders. There's skeletons, there's things. Nemo, what do you want to do here, bud?
So, through the crack in the window, can something like fit through if it's small enough?
Like a fish.
No, right now these are like a hairline crack. There's not like a hole yet.
Only
It's
cars
just like the
can go
starting
through.
of like
Gotcha.
something there. So it might make it easier to hit. It's something that like again with glass it's that natural. The more you hit it, the less durability it has. But right now it's like a hairline fracture has appeared, but it's enough to see of like, hey, look, there's a crack in the glass. Not a hole yet, unfortunately.
Okay. Aha. Can I see Skinner?
You can.
Good. I'm going to cast my good old friend Command.
Oh my gosh. What do you want to say?
Come to the window.
It has to be one word.
Come.
Oh!
Oh!
Bum bum bum.
That's where we're gonna end this session. It was a fun run. Copyright strike. Our session's over. We can't ever do this game again. And thus, the end of your guys' story. Roll credits. The cops are coming. FBI open up.
Skinner has a lot of old people juice.
So what was actually happening?
Okay, anyway.
Command is being offered.
I'm casting Command onto
For
Skinner.
a second, I thought that was really weird.
Does that make it consensual?
Today, and I was like,
And I'm just going to say grovel.
Grovel. Target falls prone. End its turn. You watch Skinner falls as you just hear grovel. Boom. Just please. I just don't mean to. It was for the company. Ah. Nemo just. It's just
As just a child.
terrifying. Really.
Now for my bonus action.
Good lord. The action economy is stacked against a non-casting dude, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
Can
this
he
is
even
a,
After his
fight?
buddy just left.
We
this
have
is
so
a
many
dude.
people.
He's a dude with
Hey,
a gun.
buddy's in cahoots with Hades now, so he's not.
We have
protected under
7
the law.
people and 3 NPCs.
Dude, you work with the BBG and you don't even get Warlock Pack? Lame.
Oh,
Lame.
darn. I was going to cast Sanctuary
It's just a guy with
onto
a gun.
Gusteau, but he's not close enough.
Yeah, Gusteau's on the opposite side.
You know who is
I'm-
probably close enough? Phil.
Did you fall?
Oh,
Bill,
but he's
I
unseen.
might fall.
Ah,
Yeah, it's
dang it.
you want something that can like.
Could
see.
I cast Sanctuary onto Phoebus and he can inherently move
No,
that Sanctuary
no.
to
Sanctuaries that you can give and then not give. Unlike Command, where because the spell was solely where it's like, oh, I can see the creature technically through its eyes. Sanctuary is like a you do it and it's done kind of vibe.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to cast Sanctuary onto Phoebus.
Cool.
I'm just gonna swim up to Phoebus, go, hi.
Hello.
You're friends with my friend. Here.
Yeah, so
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary!
Add that
Nemo
10.
just lifts up Phoebus.
Sanctuary!
Actually, hold on. I need
Sorry.
to write something down for the board.
That's why I can stand on mountains.
Excellent. Phoebus, you have Sanctuary up. Mike Wazowski, that's you. Nick Loud, you're on deck.
Is my next?
Okay.
Mike's going. Nick's on deck.
So, I want to Sully's probably right next to me, right?
Yeah.
So, I want to grab onto, like, put my hand up on Sully's like side and be like, "Want to see a new trick?" And I cast Dimension Door on me and him.
Oh!
It's just the,
This is gonna be horrifying too.
I open this up behind him, and as we go through, I kind of lean in, and I want to say, "Hell isn't in the business of saving souls." And then I want to use, like, the, what's the halfling kind of feat that lets
Halfling
you...
nimbleness.
Yeah.
That lets you
Squat
hide?
nimbleness.
I want
Squat
to basically
Oh, yeah,
use
Cuphead
that
does
to
that.
hide on Sully's back
That's what I did.
and kind of
Oh, the
use
stairs
intimidation on that
Yes.
to,
Psychological horror.
Something will then
horror.
happen on Sully's turn, which is right after Nick's turn.
horror.
I'm going
and then, should I roll an intimidation or...
Please do so with advantage.
Yeah.
As you are in the business of scaring, we scare because we care.
you're right.
29.
Holy crap!
Yeah!
Can we just
29.
give
The
this guy a heart
dude's
attack?
I rolled a
pants
19.
are wetter than
This
wet.
guy's about to have a stress attack.
He
He's
is.
an old man. Maybe we can have him die from a heart attack.
Oh my gosh. that
Oh!
Can we see
Karmic
this man's
retribution!
It's poetic.
Mike, as good turn the boom, 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 inside, saying this, casting it, like, you see the dude's eyes shaking fear as this giant, hulking monster.
In pitch
That is your
blackness.
friend in pitch blackness. Nick, it is your turn.
I want to just literally fear this man to death.
Yeah, right?
Can I take my turn after
I hope
Sully?
Bill just pulls
You
it
can
out.
if you want. Yeah,
I
send
can
your turn.
cause fear.
What's he gonna do?
I want to
Um,
know.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Good lord above.
I don't think I need to do anything, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Nick just
I have
leans
this
back.
You
step I
watch
should have
As
just
Sully got that nat 20 for his intimidation.
You know what? That's what I'll take my turn. I just
Oh wait, it's a
on the
bonus
banner, I'm like,
action. Bonus
honestly, I
action.
kind of feel bad for him.
Honestly, I feel like this is
This is horrifying. This is terrible.
roaring through just this tremendous growl. You just see Skinner's drops.
He just died. He just
Sully has stopped his heart in fear. He is not dead. As fun fact, he
Keep
could
him alive.
live enough, like, and so like he could make checks on himself, do stuff. But out of the pure fear, just radiating again in this pitch black room, the night coming in, light shining in behind this thing, the roar just.
How poetic.
Skinner
Keep
is
him alive.
on his
It's
knees,
better to
pants
survive
wet.
suffering than dead.
As Nick, that turn of just, dude. Jack
Wow,
Sparrow
that-
like offers you a bottle as he just wants, just like, it feels kind of bad, doesn't it?
This is horrifying, truly.
Downs it.
Evolved. You're
doubt
no
it
longer
was him.
scary people.
Esmeralda, it's you, Gusto, you're on deck.
Yes. Am I within 60 feet of this old man?
You are within 60 feet of this.
Where are
man.
we just
I would
bull-
like to cast Cause Fear.
Could I join you with that next round? Because I dual cause for the
He
same
now
time.
has official cause fear on him.
Yay!
Like, already his heart stop as boom, 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 boom,
I
boom.
want him to see every cardboard cutout of Gusto as a can just
Like
looking at
reflected in the
him.
windows, all on
Just
either
looking. How
Here's what I'm about to say.
disappointing.
Fun fact.
His heart goes
I've
from
never done this
stopping
before, but
to
this is how
never
I'm going to
stopping.
rule his heart stopping. He is going to, for each of these fear, he's going to make death saving throws until he can start his heart again. With as much fear as you guys are putting into this dude is dying while alive. This is a very serious thing. This is things that can happen to people, especially after all you're doing to him. I have to say this is fair. So here comes a death saving throw with this cause fear now as well. Like again, Sully's nat 20 is what triggered this. Here comes his first death save.
To me, the scariest thing is like hearing a bang.
You
realize
see
there's nothing,
Clutching
hearing the bang
harder,
again, and then
sweat's
there's a
now dripping
skeleton.
as you cause fear. He's looking bad.
Yeah, he just sees all of his itch, and then he sees regular Gusto just standing there reaching out towards his outstretched hand.
Oh my
As you see this,
And I would
Um,
like to say on that is at the end of
So-
your turn.
that'll
Oh,
end your turn.
yeah,
Right
that's my
before
action.
yours,
Okay.
he goes right before you,
Okay.
Gusto.
As a bonus action, can I offhand throw a dagger into the already chipped?
Yes, you
thing?
can.
Okay.
Yeah, give him some semblance of, reality's actually attacking me.
It's not
Oh.
just magic and your mind. This
I'm
is
gonna
real.
make this so much
One
worse.
sec.
If he even lives.
If he, yeah.
If the old man lives, I'm
For
throwing
each
that
thing,
there.
like on each of your turns, so like Esmeralda, you couldn't trigger this again, but on each of your turns, if you do something big enough to like keep causing that insane fear, there's got to be death saves, as this dude is like physically not surviving already.
Yeah, 16.
16 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. There's a damage threshold.
Wait, did the window get broken?
No, just another hit on it.
Oh, gotcha.
So 4 and 4, so not
Can
much.
I get sneak attack on the window?
No, unfortunately, sneak attack only works with creatures
Oh!
or things that can be
Let's
surprising.
go. That's a 4 plus 3.
Seven.
That's full damage.
7. Crack has gotten bigger, yet to break though. But now there's like an official like spiderweb crack of. Again, Skip breathing heavily.
Cause that dagger
Will this
came
guy
out
even
of-
live long
He
enough?
just sees the dagger.
He sees the dagger sticking into the crack in the window, and just like turns just
This
like
might be
scum.
a little
And that's
much.
No.
No.
Do
On
we
it-
want
Not
answers from
enough.
him?
No.
on,
characters.
on his turn, I made another death saving
He's
throw.
got paperwork
He
to
is-
follow through.
I know what I'm
Boom,
gonna
boom,
do.
boom, 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 boom. You see him crawling across the floor. Sully's not taking an opportunity attack, as again, just that fear of
Where
just
is he
keep-
Or you
crawling
could just,
towards?
you know,
Is he
you
so
see-
panicked he may have forgotten
spread
where
it out.
I am and is
He
crawling
needs-
towards
he
my
gets-
way?
He's crawling towards the window where you would be because he is going towards his desk. He does not have a lot of movement, but you see he gets in the desk. As he, one hand shakily climbs up, he has to make a strength check just to get there. Makes it up. You see on the desk, he grabs what looks to be like a telephone, but instead of the telephone, you see he grabs it, punches in something. The telephone moves to the side with a red button.
Uh-oh.
Crap.
Uh-oh.
Where's the light switch? Will the light switch?
The
is
light
at
switch,
desk.
fun fact, is by the desk as well. So Phil
Phil's
is there.
there.
He is not leave though, as he presses this
Okay.
button.
I was gonna ask if Phil could try to get in the way.
Yeah, no, this is kind of like because it wasn't like triggered. Phil
perfect.
wouldn't have seen.
Works for me.
Boom! Hits this. You see, there's nothing made. There's not like a big alarm sounds or anything, but a small light flashes
Damn it.
by the elevator, as maybe a silent alarm has triggered. Gusto, that officially makes your
Guys, if
turn.
we can make
Okay,
it
so
look like
am
we
I
had a heart
actually in
attack and
danger
then
of
we
falling at
disappeared?
this point? Or
No, you have already made your check, so it'll just be half your movement to just clamber back up.
Give him a heart
if
attack.
I
and
let
then run.
go, if I just drop the
Seriously.
Cast
frying
mending
pan,
on the
can I
window.
have
No.
my full
I know
movement?
what I'm
Because it won't be as
doing.
hard
Okay.
with it.
Frying pan or not, it's just like again the deck save keeps you there, and so it just there's just the natural half movement of just coming up. Frying pan's not going to peach you there.
Okay,
But that's a
I was
fairly-
thinking I was like falling backwards.
The frying pan, it was more because the nat one combined with these are windows made to protect against bludgeoning breaking. It just pushed you enough that the frying pan isn't going to stop you though from climbing back up. It was just that unfortunate like the weight.
Okay, in that case, I'll clamber up.
Yeah, don't hit him. Don't hit him.
Oh, I already know that. I'm gonna
I'm
hit
going to
something
cast
else.
acid arrow on the
His
window
pride.
in front of me in an attempt to just melt the
Oh
glass
my
away.
gosh.
Oh my
Judas
gosh.
Priest.
Heat metal is a war crime. I've said it once and I'll say it again.
Sure.
No, not heat metal.
Make a
acid
ranged
arrow.
spell
worse.
attack.
That's worse.
It's cocked.
It's a cock. Sorry.
I'll put that on the list.
Pause.
That's only 13, but this is really cool.
Is
Please,
it
Daddy.
Rule of
Is it
cool.
range if you
Please,
put it?
puppy.
Can I give him lucky?
Yeah, that's true.
You
It's
can
not
give
really
you can give him lucky.
Oh.
Luck point.
That's
Using
your
my
character
other
arc.
die.
Sharing lucky.
Is it worse?
I'll
It's not
throw you a
one.
bone. Jack Sparrow will throw you one of his luck points.
Yeah!
Like, guys,
Look,
come on.
This is what Jack and I are doing. We're just
24.
kind of spectating.
That's why I'm like,
If
since
that
you guys
didn't
are
work-
spectating, sure,
if that
luck
didn't
points
work,
for
I'd
these
throw
guys.
Jack the monkey there.
Yeah.
Like, help
No,
out,
no,
Jack.
go.
Go, monkey, go.
That's what we're gonna do for this entire.
Uh,
No,
time.
the monkey flies him like a paper airplane.
Okay, I hit the glass with 10 damage.
10 is the exact number you need.
Woo!
As sizzling and melting and bubbling down, you step inside. As, again, you step in, see Skinner, hand on her.
This is so horrifying.
We're
skimming.
kind of horrifying people.
Have you tried Chef's
Lily.
Frozen?
Oh,
There's nothing else I can actually do right now.
Shove a
for
burrito in his
speed.
No,
mouth.
wait. You have create feast.
Well-
you can just give him food.
No, I was gonna say,
Eat
is magical tinkering? Would that be an It doesn't say action or anything. It's just kind of listed.
It's like a prestidigitation with souped up. That's
Would
what
would I be able to just do it as a free action?
I feel like you could. I'm just quickly checking the official.
Do you like the frozen burrito? Do you
Or
like
even
it?
a bonus.
Well, that's always frozen burritos.
Or I haven't used
curries
bonus
and
action. If you let me just use it as
Frozen
a bonus for
burgers.
this.
Spark magic into mundane objects. They use the ability. Shez to have creature record a message, emit choice.
It doesn't say what it is, so.
As an action, you touch object and property early. You can bestow on multiple. Touching one. Fun fact: no, it's a touch thing. Yeah, it's
Okay.
an action to end the effect or thing you're gonna do.
Okay, cool. So I think I'm going to just I'm gonna grab one of the melted globs of window
Oh my god.
and static visual effect. I'm going to make it look and smell like a chef's frozen burrito.
Oh my god.
And that's the end of my turn for now. But I'm just walking up to him holding it in my hand.
You grab that. Terry turns to you, Marlon, just like, holy hell! Do we do anything? Do we stop him? Do we help him?
I just wanted to join in on the fun, but I guess not.
Give
You
him a
don't
heart
have to.
attack. Give him a heart attack.
Terry's, you see, just, all right. I've been trying something. You see,
Woo!
Magic Terry.
blue light
Yeah!
laser flicks out of his hand in a whip form.
Woo!
He flicks it at the window.
What?
Terry?
Lightning lure?
Is that a lightsaber?
Is that a lightsaber?
Terry the Jedi.
As it hits the window shatters. Dagger just kind of falls on the ground. You see, just.
Nice, man.
Whoa!
Nice, Terry.
Where did you
Alright.
learn that?
Is that also
Mr.
size
Incredible's got some weird stuff in his room. I've just been tinkering around in there.
We did leave him alone for a month.
Yeah.
I've been having a lot of fun figuring out stuff.
Well, that's a win in my book.
Woohoo! You see, he touches this little. It's more like a gauntlet on his hand, like this little, like it's a thorn whip kind of thing.
Let's go,
But yeah, just like
Terry.
it hits the just like hits it, it retracts a bit. And he's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Well, now we can get in if we want. Do we want to?
Yes.
Marlon, that's your turn then. Phoebus, you're on deck.
Okay.
Unless you guys all want to wait for Gusto to finish this. I mean,
Oh no, I've got something that's good.
there
that's
would be
gonna really
there would be
show
one
up for you.
last check for Skinner for a death save before.
Well, I had
Let
my
him have
different
it, let him
limit
have it.
turn, so I want to do Marlon's turn real quick.
Let him have it.
Okay, so Marlon is just going to use his movement to go inside.
Tentacles.
Oh my gosh, this is so horrifying, you
Horror.
guys. What is wrong with us?
Nothing.
really
And-
putting it-
We're all like, let's play Disney
Justice
D&D.
for Gotham, Sumani.
Justice
I'm
for
Gusto! I'm a Dark Knight.
Marlon's going to see Gusto and go,
Where are the other drugs going?
let him cry, and cast thaumaturgy on him.
As Skinner
Oh,
just like
face!
sees a fish roll up, make him cry.
So your voice can go like 10 times louder to
No,
bring him
no
through.
added fear, no roll on his part, but yes, just
Yeah.
that, like.
Well, yeah, next time I do move,
You
I
can
have
Oh,
make
that's
flames
right.
flicker,
Cosfear
yeah,
is
you just-
concentration. So he still sees all those Gustos as they corner
He's seeing,
in.
yes, he's not just seeing you. He's seeing like all these forms of Gusto
They're all like
moving.
cardboard moving, and they're like surrounding him at his desk.
Could I say, when I melted it and stepped in, that's when the rest of them started.
Yeah.
Yes,
I planned it. I planned
And
it.
one of them
Uh,
has
that
the
makes
burrito.
your turn.
Every
my-
one of them is
No.
holding them.
All of them have a burrito. That's going to the
For
boat.
Marlon's bonus action, he's just going to Tentacle of the Deeps, move back to the boat.
Yeah.
Just spiders it.
Phoebus,
Make him
that's
cry.
you. Barbosa, you're on deck.
Bonus action, I'm going to have Phil slide the phone back over the button and call Sumani's equivalent of 911 and just let the phone drop.
Oh my god.
Because you know the number. That's your number. That's your job.
You should hold that.
Call my
until
office
after
real
he's
I'm
quick.
gonna hold it until after he's dead, but Phil's gonna do that.
Yeah, don't let them hear things. You never know who's on the other. Dang it, that's fair.
You just hear
Okay.
Skinner screaming.
And then,
And we're on the run by 2
And then as
different
my
towns.
action, I would like to, still at the helm, because I haven't moved, be like, buddies, prepare to sail away.
Flee! Yes. Phoebus, that is your turn. Barbosa, that's you. Nemo's on deck.
Literally just
Okay,
kill him and run.
I have a
You're
thought.
horrible.
I'm gonna take my skeleton hammer and scratch it along the edge of the glass. The second that Skinner looks, I cast Misty Step in right outside of his sight. So he hears the scratching looks, the skeleton's gone,
Give me an intimidation check.
and then
This will
sees
see-
him right back there.
This might trigger something.
I have something more on top of that.
Could this kill him?
I just
Well,
like
it
look
would
over Nick,
trigger
I'm
the
like,
end game where it would go
well.
to the final roleplay of Gusto.
Intimidation. Ooh, that's a
Oh, okay.
17, but there was one
One
last
second.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Well, you're one last thing. He actually
17.
succeeded that one.
I cast Cause Fear, and I say
Double fear.
exactly.
Wait, no, he can only have it once per person. Yeah, so
But still, it's just gonna be.
it's more suddenly of like more skeletons. And what do you want him to see?
Hell is a place to pay for your retributions.
Good
As
night.
as the same withering that it affected me, he looks, and it
His
seems
head
like
just
his
starts-
is withering away. Exactly. Just
Nemo,
that
what are
all
you doing
over.
here, kid?
Yeah!
Hell is a place for
Fun
sinners
time
to
for
pay.
little old Nemo!
As you made him grovel.
This is what
but in
Halloween's
more of
like.
just that like
Yeah.
on his knees.
So, Nemo is
I'm
going
about
to
to start crying.
hold his action until
Nick's just
Gusto's turn, and then on his turn he's going to cast Speak with Dead.
Cool.
Wait, what does
Gusto has
Dead
speak
do?
with
You can
dead.
talk to the dead.
Oh, Gusto has Speak with Dead?
No, what does it do?
Oh, so, yeah, you grant a semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. The spell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell. Okay. Until the spell
Wait,
ends, you
what?
can
Torture
ask
him
the corpse
after he's
up to
dead.
5
Yeah, like
questions.
figure him out. Mike, that's your turn. Nick, you're on deck. But again, if you just want to hold for luck points to make it
I'm
work,
gonna be vibing with.
that's Jack. Yeah.
Just
Oh,
sipping
um,
rum, just.
Because Mike, Sully's going to be doing the same. Is like the try to trigger fear because if you can get him to the dead, it's going to trigger what happens with.
Ooh, that would have been a much better option. I'll do that next time. If you could survive.
Can I pull out some lawn chairs?
Buddies.
Wait, is my monkey with me or is he on the ship?
They've
Oh,
gotta be
monkey's
the
on
really
ship.
fancy ones that have the dumb little leg rests so you can.
Is the monkey sitting on
I give Jack
Pull the on the side of the chair. It's got the trigger.
Oh.
I give Jack a joint. We're both smoking, drinking.
I can
Oh,
tell
you
you do
still-
not want to get high watching this. You'll have
Oh,
a bad
no.
time.
You're spilling again.
All right.
I want to cast Hold Person.
Oh my
So-
gosh!
Can you throw this
You're
in? Yeah,
horrible.
of course.
He's no longer able to move.
Yeah, he's
at
going to make
all.
a wisdom save. Let's see if he actually passes.
You know,
Also, I want to do the.
He did pass whole person. Wow, and
I
flying colors.
wanted to do the.
Should he have disadvantage?
Reverse Bardic.
On his
Save.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only working for him because he's got.
Yeah, go ahead and use your reverse bardic. That actually he might then fail.
Logan, I think
Well,
designated cause
I
death
did roll
This needs to be
oh,
a big
no.
Then he
challenge.
succeeded. He got a synthetic 18 then.
Dang it. Then, I mean,
Bonus action.
I don't really have an actual action for it, but I want to open a screen canister.
Just an object, letting loose some of the screen. I'll say like a third of it. Yeah. You still. What happens?
So you have thaumaturgy, and
Yeah.
Nemo's going to speak with the dead with you as soon as he dies.
Screen canister
Go
as
for
these
it.
monsters come with him.
As a world class, would his
Ooh, hello.
would his
I like
chef
this.
hat be anywhere nearby?
Yeah, it's on the desk.
Burrito in one hand. I grab his own hat,
Take it out of its case.
put it on my head. This is not food, and I'm going to shove it down his throat.
So it just looks like
And
a burrito.
pass
And taste.
What?
You said
It looks
And
tasty,
taste.
smells like the
Oh, it
burrito,
looks
but it
and
still
tastes-
feels
so
like
it-
the glass.
Exactly. So it's like this burnt, melted glass that tastes like a burrito. Shove it down his throat, cast enlarge on it.
Oh my!
It doesn't say the corpse corpse has to be in one piece.
It has to have a mouth. It has to have a mouth, maybe.
As
well.
molten glass expands outward,
I was wrong. You can't.
I talk
to the ground. Light is still flashing.
I look over.
Health action, Phil. You are all out of initiative as Phil immediately.
Mend the glass.
And I can't.
Yeah,
Just guys,
Nemo's gonna cast mending on the glass.
Yeah, Phoebe
I'm gonna
says
cast
stay
mending as
silent
well.
if you're inside the building. The phone is now ringing to the Sumani guard.
I look over at Jack. I'm like, that shit was wild.
Holy hell, that was wild.
Should we? I kind of like point at him, and then I'm like,
We should leave the corpse here, but we should go.
because he
Never mind,
casts
that's
speak
really
with
dark.
dead, so now
That's true, but did you need to talk to him at all?
I don't think I had any further questions. Although I will say with the thaumaturgy, as I was putting on the hat, I would want like not like a devilish scary face. I would want like the opposite. Like my eyes go like a pure white, and my voice gets louder, but it's not like broken and scary. It's like an angelic booming. So it's like like as I come back.
What do you think
from
you're
above-
doing?
Okay, then
Figment of
Nemo's
our
gonna do
imagination.
talk with
What
them.
are those?
you do have that magic paint on you,
That's true.
so you can't do like facial expressions.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can start doing stuff like this. Like, again, I will say, as this
That's a good
happens,
idea.
all of you mending the glass, everything being put back in.
I think I would also grab the.
I
would
send
ransack his
message
desk
and
and
I'm
grab
like, grab
just
the
like
paperwork off
Split
the desk.
Can I
second,
join
like
in
me
that?
and Sully,
Because
just
This
like
guy might have some cash.
Okay,
with him,
Gusto, because you did that misty stuff back, so I need just you two to make quick investigations by the desk.
and then just
Oh,
like
baby,
that's
around
Soul is
the
making
room,
two.
See if
That was the best way I've ever seen anyone be killed in D&D.
Honestly,
he
that
didn't
was
even
the-
make a single attack. We just beat this guy up for an hour and a half. Like,
We didn't even beat him up!
true, I think I was the only.
You're the
person
only
who
person
physically
that touched him.
And
And
I
at
don't
that point, he
have
was already
fingerprints.
dead.
There's
He
no
already-
evidence.
He just had a heart attack!
Oh, 17.
Ed has a
Gusto, what'd you get on
burrito
your
in his
investigation?
Oh, I got a
In
22.
March.
22.
It looks like one of his own burritos.
Yeah.
Immediately, there is. You find some stuff. You find just like
Choked on his
checks
own
and
greed.
stuff.
Where have I
Um,
heard that before?
Memos of like upcoming events, upcoming places to go. We will get into that next time. I will say, just in like some of the more intricate stuff you would find in the notes. Nemo, you speak with dead as the kind of spear skinner just. What?
Nemo's angry.
It is a fish. Le poisson.
What you do, what you just did, that's very bad.
Oh, my
Why
bloody...
would you do that?
What are you talking? It was for the goal. I do not know. This is not right. Oh no! Oh no! No! Yeah. Where am I?
What do you have to gain to follow Hades?
And he offers everything. Ah, that is my right. You feel the spirit dissipate, knowing that speak with dead can't work if the spirit is alive. This body does not move, but you feel the spirit leave. You guys see something is flying out of the darkness towards the tower. It cannot see you. As again, putting mending everything, getting towards the ship, mending on your way out.
Yeah, we're
Something
all
though is
leaving.
flying fast.
Out.
Let's leave.
As this happens, that is where we're gonna end tonight's session. Thank you all so much for
I'm still
playing.
leading up that-
Thank you for watching.
Sending.
We will see you all next time.